And you can claim your codes after you log in on the top right corner. You claim your code, you have 25 cents absolutely free. But as we go into our first match, it's got an Elena versus a Blanka here.
Oh, it's not just any Blanka. It's rufianMX, a beast of the upper brackets with the Blanka. We see them in time and time again, multiple Street Fighter tournaments, placing very well. And let's not forget how strong of a character Blanka is.
Oh yeah, we've seen Blanka terrorize tournaments. You know, shouts out Menard. He's doing his best with Blanka, and we've seen a lot of players pick up Blanka and start mastering how to make use of his traps and his tools.
Yeah, right now rufianMX is doing a great job using the crouching medium punch. That's going to be Blanka's one of his best pokes, keeping Yoichi in the corner. Yoichi unable to respond to that drive impact, and Rufian's running away with a first round, but it's only a round.
Yeah, as we've seen in Street Fighter 6, there's a lot of momentum swings with the drive rush, drive impacts, and different mechanics. Elena, of course, has the healing factor as well. Has to be something to be mindful of with her supers.
Now, one thing about Elena that we got to talk about is how she's part of that newer Season 3, Season 2 meta, where they don't really have a lot of drive cancelable buttons, especially the crouch medium kick. So they're kind of operating on a different playbook. Meanwhile, Blanka be Blanka, especially with that level 2.
Blanka just going rolling right through Elena now with the head bite. Drive rush right through, keeps him in the corner. Yoichi now having to block for their life, but it looks like that block just got busted open, and with that, Rufian takes the first game.
Yeah, less Limp Bizkit and more hard tack, and there's some hard facts right now for Yoichi. Rufian got a first game. Rufian an extremely difficult opponent to defeat, and it's going to be really hard to come up with a single game deficit.
Right now we see Yoichi trying to enforce some offense here, but Rufian immediately shutting it down with the Blanka ball. Now drive rushing in, gonna drive impact against the wall. Good drive parry there by Yoichi.
All right, good use of the DP. Yoichi really be fine out of that left corner, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, he's constantly just getting backed into that corner. Rufian is just being able to, with impunity, just force them in the corner, throw them, and then try to force them to fight out. And Yoichi now, good drive impact reaction, but doesn't have the armor.
Yeah, well, it's not. No, we had the armor. We just didn't have the health. There was a great phrase. Yeah, no, it's okay, man. It's a really. Hey, man, 26 frames. We tend to miss input right there. But Yoichi, there is a great phrase that someone taught me. It's getting punished for doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's a situation that Rufian has been actually really good at making happen against Yoichi here. Like, Yoichi can do the right play here, but Rufian is just able to keep their momentum going. The Blanka ball in the corner, just answering there with the DP. But unfortunately, Blanka ball again, and Rufian takes the first game.
Oh, that was the second game. Yoichi, you could see how they use the drive rush to try to put a stop. Okay, we check the drive rush. This is what Yoichi needs. We need to get into the right corner, get the knockdown, and force our spacing. Elena has really good whip punishing buttons. However, Blanka has so many ways to skip neutral, especially with Blanka-chan.
Oh, the Blanka-chan with the trap especially keep you locked down, as we see Rufian set it up a lot, and there's a good use of it, forcing Yoichi to block and then rushing in the throw, and there's Blanka-chan again. Yoichi stuck in the corner and not able to fight their way out once again.
Yeah, Rufian does this really great thing. We put Yoichi in the corner, we do a little bit of offense to make him scared, and then sit back, wait for a response. You see how Rufian checked the drive rush with the jab? That's a very short range to be doing that.
It also shows Rufian's knowledge and player skill to be able to do that, to just stop the drive. And again, stepping forward, bait the throw, move back, and now make Yoichi whiff, and now Yoichi's in burnout.
Yeah, we were talking about that crouching medium punch. Again, the drive impact, Rufian looking ready to just really polish this off. This is going to be a strong 3-0 sweep, but there's a little bit of hope. Yoichi going in, but Rufian uses the armor frames of the drive impact. But once again, it's really normal to feel bad going 0-3, but you're fighting RufianMX. Boomerang combos.
He's gonna have the boomerangs and traps, yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Zangief versus Dreamblitzer's M.Bison. This is going to be a very difficult match for Zangief, just because M.Bison has such reliable, easy to access damage.
The damage, the pokes, Bison gets up close to do damage, but he's more almost like, I don't say mid-range, but he has ways to get in that Zangief just won't be able to catch. But right now, Drive Rush closing in, EX knee press, and this looks like it might be the end of round 1, just like that.
Yeah, it's a very typical Bison match where he could just run all over you, and unfortunately for Kasra, we're playing the Zangief. All we have for reversal options is a drive reversal and the level 2, which we don't have enough meter for. Kasra is going to have to be pretty smart. We're going to need to abuse the fact that Bison also has poor recovery, and once we get the knockdown, especially with that command grab, we can start imposing our mix.
Yeah, spinning pile driver is going to have to be the thing because, you know, Zangief's pile driver has deceiving range, in my opinion. It has, you know, it doesn't look like it should grab you, but it will in a lot of predicaments. But there you saw Dreamblitzer with the perfect parry, able to get some offense in and now force Kasra back on their back foot.
Yeah, Kasra is really going to be, this is going to, it's looking how it is in the first one. Great use of the jab to challenge the walk back. Kasra trying to use the armor frames of the heavy punch, which is pretty good against Bison Scissors Kick, and unfortunately just a little too far on that spinning pile driver.
Yeah, we said before that Zangief's pile driver has deceiving range, but it doesn't have the range of that far to nail anything, and unfortunately easy for Dreamblitzer to punish, and with that Dreamblitzer takes the game. Quick reminder for everyone as well, because this is Street Fighter 6. Unlike most games, Street Fighter 6 is a best of 5, first to 3 in all matches, so important to remember.
It's a very offense and very fast game, so to give our players a little bit more time to adjust, we do extend the win to best of 3.
Right. So see the pokes in the corner, Kasra trying to fight out. Dreamblitzer drive rush, and this is going to set up the bomb, and this should close it out.
And we can see right now that Kasra is just not really representing any reversal options. We did talk about how drive reversal is an option. It's not ideal, but sometimes you have to represent an option as opposed to no option.
At least put it in the opponent's head that you know to do that, so they have to think twice, right? At least put it out there so they think about it.
And you can see right now, Kasra is, oh my god, using the long range. That is good, really light SPD. Not Zangief SPD is 5 frames, 1 frame faster than the jab.
Yeah, it's a scary thing when... Yeah, slower, yeah. It's one scary factor to see this giant man just grab you and just pile drive you. Oh, here we go. It's going to spin out into the jackhammer.
Who's next?
Right now it's looking like Dreamblitzer's next as he goes up into the air and lands into the spinning lariat and takes the round. And Kasra's now up around the piece.
And I like the idea of what Kasra is doing. We're using the standing medium kick to check the scissors kick, and unfortunately we don't get a lot out of it. One option I think we should be representing is a neutral jump, especially at that range.
Ooh, perfect drive parry there by Dreamblitzer. Now this is going to open up the offense.
Until we use an OD spinning lariat to get out of the way. Dreamblitzer trying to walk in. Kasra can't really catch in that drive right cancel. And finally we use the drive reversal. However, with 1 round left and Dreamblitzer getting that burnout combo, I think that's all she wrote into the level 3.
Oh, that, yep, right there, doing the level 3 into the Psycho Crusher to finish it out, stunning them up against the wall, and then slamming them straight into the floor, and then leaving them a crater. The Dreamblitzer takes the second game, and right now, Dreamblitzer 2-0.
This is really showing shades of the previous rufianMX match, where our victor has just been punishing our opponent into the left side of the screen. Kasra needs to have some sort of momentum. Overhead catches in. Oh my god, got caught mashing.
Oh, Dreamblitzer's feeling confident. They're letting that momentum just run with them. They're just taking advantage of the pokes, trying to open up Kasra at every given opportunity, and is just finding every opening that they're looking for.
It's a very difficult matchup. M.Bison's damage is so reliable and strong, and when you don't have an opponent that has a reliable reversal, you can be a lot more brazen with your buttons.
Oh, for sure, yeah. When you don't have to worry about that much, you can just get away with anything your character can do at a given opportunity. And right now, Kasra is just at the poke, and there it is, just one little touch. And with that, Dreamblitzer is now on set point.
You could really see that Kasra was trying to bank off of the armor frames of the stand heavy punch, and that was the right button, but unfortunately was not at the correct distance. And again, Dreamblitzer finding a way and using that scissors kick ever since we took away M.Bison's charging punch. Oh, that could have been really bad.
That could have been very frightening, especially with the meter Dreamblitzer had. Right now sitting at 2 meters, but wasn't able to make much of that opening, but Dreamblitzer will probably find another one.
The other thing we got to talk about is that grapplers need to get their opponent's head. If you ever seen the Maz Kushko, he makes his opponent scared once he starts landing in command grab. But I don't think this is going to be a story about fear, especially when Dreamblitzer is one more hit away from ending this entire set.
And just like that, comes right in with the EX Psycho Crusher as Kasra throws the kick out, and Blitzer just jams his palms.
Oh, like that. And I went, you son of a bitch! I hate you.
Oh my goodness, Buffalo. You know what? I accept that. But speaking of M.Bison, Jimmy DR, we're getting your name right this time, sir. Jimmy DR up against Rookie with the Ryu.
Rookie is one of the stronger online Ryus, and Jimmy DR, we've seen them play, I believe it was Marissa, but they switched to Bison. Unfortunate, could not land the bomb combo, and Rookie going in for this reliable Ryu damage.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I really kind of appreciate with SF6 is that Ryu is still Ryu, you know, still basic standard character, but he hits like such a truck this time.
He's arguably one of the best characters in the game because of the Shogeki.
Yes, the Hush, and we see it right there, making good use of it. Hashogeki twice, but went for the EX Shoryu and then eats the counter on the other side and is now burnt out and is up against the wall.
Yeah, I really like what Jimmy DR did going for the cross under for the DP just to make sure we have the positioning as well as the drive gauge advantage. This is the time for us to really bully in, but Rookie scattered the drive impact and is going to let M.Bison have it. If we want to talk about how M.Bison has reliable damage, Rookie as Ryu has money back guarantee damage.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna come out there. He's gonna hit you with the Hashogeki. Gonna set you up. He's gonna do 5 moves, take about 3, 4, 5 grand of your health in one sitting, and then he'll come back and he'll go, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" But Jimmy DR is not letting him have that opportunity. As I say that.
Yeah, coming in with the beautiful cancel classic Shoto right to the level 3. We gotta be diligent with how we finish our food. And Rookie, strong showing on their first game.
Very strong showing, almost as strong as Ryu's damage at that point. A lot of good plays there, using the Hashogeki to enforce pressure, and then having good openings, good counters there to kind of open up Jimmy DR as we go into game 2.
And you can see right now that Jimmy DR is going for a hotter start with the OD Psycho Crusher. And Jimmy DR should be very careful how they use their meter. We've already blasted 2 OD moves. We want to wait till we go green so we can really go crazy. Oh! Great cross under!
Good cross under. Rookie lost track of the bomb for a second there. Let Jimmy kind of take advantage of that. And we're seeing a little bit more patience from Jimmy DR in this situation. Nice neutral jump to catch them out of the air.
You can see right now Rookie using those fireballs. Fireballs are a great poke if you know your opponent's going to press a button just because of the fact that there's nothing to really punish. Oh man, Rookie going to go ahead, slam that donkey kick, go for the charge for the Denjin. I like this option, especially... Oh no, Rookie sends the overhead!
That could have been scary for a minute there. Could have been a little bit scary. Like you mentioned before, got to be careful how you finish your food. Got to make sure you clean the plate. And Rookie almost left it with, you know, a little bit of meat on the bone at the end there, but cleaned it up at the end, closed it out.
Right, because especially since Jimmy DR was known to use a jump back options whenever they're neutral just to reset the situation, that's tipped it off to Rookie. And you can see how they finished that previous round, dashing up with the DP. That's how we blow up Scissors Kick.
Nicely done. Blew up the scissors kick. Jimmy DR is burnt out. So is Rookie now, but right now it's going to be a little bit of a scrap here. Neither player has any drive gauge to play with.
Not to mention Jimmy DR has the spacing opportunity. Rookie better be watching out for that overhead, but Jimmy DR goes for the drive impact, and 26 frames is more than enough time to land a double quarter circle input and a punch, especially when you have a 14 frame startup like Ryu's uppercut.
You know what? It's that situation where it's like, why drive impact for drive impact when I can just level 3?
Especially at that health. Rookie sitting on 2 games. Jimmy DR waiting to get at least on the board. Drive impact meets drive impact.
Beautifully done. He's going to give himself an opening. He's going to land the EX knee press. And now we're going to see how Rookie has to do fighting out of the corner on this side now.
DR spent a lot of drive gauge, but we got a lot of damage, and more importantly, we have the corner. We're going to go ahead and go into that scissors kick distance, or in this case, the Psycho Crusher distance. One throw, perfect KO. Bison mauls your face.
Jimmy DR getting around on the board. Rookie still has 2 games up, so it's looking to turn in Jimmy DR's favor, but Rookie still has the game advantage, and we're seeing a lot of why he has that advantage coming into play right now.
Especially how he used the neutral jump to stop the scissors kick. We talked about it before. It's a great option to stop M.Bison because you come in with a big heavy button, and Jimmy DR going for the cross-up. Rookie now with a full tank of gas. Oh, dude, you don't want to be burned out, especially in this situation.
Not burnt out, not while Ryu is just pumping out Hashokeki every few seconds. But as you see, Jimmy DR trying to fight out of it. Now he has the drive, and he immediately burns 5 bars of the full gauge.
I think he has a copy of that Ryan Gosling movie.
Oh, God.
Well, look at this. Rookie has to be very careful because one level 3 from Jimmy DR can definitely put them out, in this case, out for a night call.
As we see here, Jimmy DR burning himself out again, but Rookie now has the gauge, so this is not going to play to Jimmy DR's advantage. Immediately punishes the projectile with the level 3 ultimate Psycho Crusher, and that should close it.
You got the level 3 girl, but it's all the same. Jimmy DR, 1 win for 2. Excellent use of the offensive pressure. Rookie was definitely allowing themselves to get ball. What a fake out with the head stomp.
Nicely done. That's one of the most underappreciated aspects of Bison's game, being able to fake out the head stomp or the devil's reverse. You don't see the actual fake outs used to that effect often, but now you're seeing Jimmy DR implement that into their game plan, knowing that Rookie is prone to jump at it.
Yeah, especially since you're Shota. The moment you see M.Bison jump that high in the air, you're assuming he's going to come down for a devil's reverse. It's just programmed into you. And that's the second time Jimmy DR has faked the Dragon Punch, slams in the light kicks, and Rookie has to use the Shoryuken to bust out.
Rookie finally turning it on his own side, but he's at 1 hit away, but Jimmy DR is 1 bad exchange away from losing, and this might be it on this round.
Oh, this is definitely the bad exchange that we were talking about. Rookie finds a way to tank through that offense. Jimmy DR had the right idea, but when you were burnt out, that's when things started to really shift in Rookie's favor.
Oh yeah, because you have to have that meter advantage on your side, especially with how hard Ryu hits, how much pressure Ryu exudes. Saw their good Shoryu on the Psycho Crusher, and now Jimmy's burnt out. Oh, but breaks the armor of the drive impact.
Yeah, because of the fact that Jimmy DR used the jab right before the scissors kicks, that gave us more than the 2 hits needed. Oh, but not enough right there. Rookie going to go ahead and bounce him up right to the level 3. And yo, Wing, we talk about Ryu's damage. Look how much he pumped out without barely dipping into his drive gauge.
About 50% of health right there, and that's going to finish him off with the last little bit to close out the round and allow Rookie to take this set 3-1. SF4 does as well. Yeah, you get like the little blurbs here and there, as we're doing right now, as we got Platinum with the Akuma versus Q with the Elena.
Yo, we were talking about SF3 right now. Rest in peace, Q, one of the worst characters in that game.
I want to see G come back, honestly. I want to see them actually do something with him. But right now, speaking of SF3, Q repping SF3 in name and in character with Elena.
Yeah, and Platinum playing the Akuma, a very reliable character, but look at how Q is keeping this ideal range for Elena. She has a really long, as they say in the wrestling business, the educated feet.
Yeah, good kicks, keeping the pressure going with the kicks, and oh, jumped over the Shoryu, but that puts Platinum on the other side and gets the stun.
Yeah, unfortunately, Platinum was not prepared to capitalize on that drive rush combo, but hey, we gotta go ahead and check it around here. Is Platinum yep, we're going to just go ahead and cash out the damage right now.
Ooh, tried to roll in, unfortunately got caught, but that allowed Q to then counter with their own finisher, and that allows Q to take the round.
Yeah, Platinum really needs to use the distance right now. Q is playing at that optimal Elena range. We want to stay around range 1 and range 2. Really long attacks, but you can be opened up if you commit too much.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since Elena's moves have a fair bit of that recovery, as we see there. Nice block by Platinum to force the counter, and now is going to try to enforce their momentum, but gets countered for going for their own overhead.
Yeah, Q is not really going to be letting Akuma run all over them. And this is how you stop Akuma. Just hit him before he hits you. And I know that sounds reductive, but this guy has so many privileged moves such as demon flip. You really got to put him in his place before he stops going.
You have to see Akuma like you're playing Tekken instead of Street Fighter. For those who know, they know. So you have to stop him before he gets anything going, and you have to basically put him in the ground and take advantage of the fact that Akuma does have that little less HP than other characters do.
I like to call it old man baby health. 9,000, which is a 1,000 difference. It pretty much stands up to a heavy punch and a jab.
Right, so it's a little bit different, but it's enough to make the difference in a lot of combo situations. A combo that wouldn't kill can wind up killing because of that 1,000 difference. As we see Q here closing out the round with the Meteor Volley level 1 to take that, and now Q's keeping their momentum on their side.
How do you feel about the use of level 1 when their health is that little?
I feel like it's a good use of it if you feel like your own combo isn't going to close out. Why leave it? You know, why let them have an opportunity to fight back? I feel like better to use it to close out the round than it would be to give them the chance to come back.
I definitely, for me, if I was in the pilot seat, I'm not saying it's the better move, but I definitely would have seen myself hold off in that level 1. But at the same time, level 1 is so easy. Look, we already used the level 1, and about 30 seconds into the second round, we're about a few hits away from the level. Well, we don't need the level 3 because Platinum's dead. But the point still stands.
Yes, the point very much stands. They were already building up back to level 3. It's something when I was first getting into Street Fighter 6 when it came out, something to keep in mind that you gain meter back a lot faster than you think you do.
I agree.
Little scrap here, good overhead. Platinum's trying to push through, but eating the wheel. But Platinum with a shorty, and now Q answers back with their own shorty. But now Q is put in burnout here.
And you can see that Q was threatening some sort of jab. Platinum mashes out. This is the time they go ahead and just wanted to go a little bit further, claiming a lot more of that distance. Demon flip, but Q jumps out. This is pretty good. Lands the light kick, and this is going to be set point to Q. We're really starting to want to root for Platinum, wouldn't you say?
A little bit here. Platinum, it seems like they have the tools, they have the knowledge. It's just not all coalescing in the right order here. As we see Q just enforcing their offense, the scythe into the Rhino Horn, into the wheel, and now Q just keeping the pressure up against the corner.
Look how much effective range Elena has with just her normals. Akuma has great ways to approach the forward heavy, gets the hard knockdown, but ooh, I don't know how to feel about just standing over your opponent with the hard knockdown.
Yeah, that was a risky play, but we see there the drive impact comes through, armors through the hit, and Q takes it 3-0 against Platinum. Well, does, I think, 2.5 bars of damage to the opponent's drive gauge, so it's a good tool to use if you want to force a burnout.
Now, this is going to be a really interesting match. Jewelman, one of the more reliable, strong E.Honda players we see him place in top 8s in various tournaments around the online space, versus Dreamblitzer. This is going to be a very difficult match for Honda just because, well, he does not have the reliable tools of M.Bison.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of the tools he uses will put him in Bison's range, but right now he has his buff going, but he's going to push with the EX, then leave himself open to the 1,000-hand slap, smack him down, and now Dreamblitzer's in the corner.
Oh, I like the idea of going for a command grab to really make things a little cheeky, but we just didn't have the range to enforce it, and Dreamblitzer, off of 2 exchanges, has put Jewelman in the corner. E.Honda, another one of those characters that doesn't have the best reversals. We do have Headbutt, but it's not even a real invincible move, it's just armor.
Yeah, and you can just plow through the headbutt, but out of reach for the throw. Dreamblitzer is burnt out, and just like that, Jewelman with the headbutt closing it out and taking that first round.
Whoa, credit card debt, man. Jewelman able to just really pile on an extra damage. E.Honda, for what it's worth, he's one of the characters that can really threaten you chip damage when you're burnt out because he hits headbutt, hands. They do really solid block damage.
Yeah, that's always been one of Honda's things, is just that block pressure and being able to take advantage of the chip damage in those situations. It's much more reduced in this game because you have to force a burnout to get the chip damage, but as we see here, Jewelman unfortunately tried to impose their will, and Dreamblitzer answered back, closing it out with the level 3 and with that, Dreamblitzer's on the board, 1 round apiece.
Yeah, but Dreamblitzer had to bust through level 3. Jewelman has a full tank of gas, has all the soy sauce in the bottle. Or has a full Chonko stew. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, he still got all of that to eat up. But oh, we see here Dreamblitzer gets the counter off the parry, but wake up headbutt, and he's going to get his buff going.
Oh, great far-reaching button of a jumping back heavy one. Oh, I like the use of the shimmy, but it should be no level 3. It looks like Jewelman either dropped it or is looking for a more surefire way for their opponent.
Maybe, but Jewelman there, the Oicho throw, and then just keeps the pressure up from the command throw, and then continuing the pressure, and Jewelman takes the game.
Oh, mistimed heavy punch from Dreamblitzer, allowing Jewelman to get the buff and the corner.
Oh, good pressure. Oh, but Dreamblitzer fights out of it with the poke and then the knee press. Ooh, good bounce off the drive impact.
Let's keep going.
Nice. Jewelman's going to force him into the corner, and now this is where the Diva Dreamblitzer knows to fight out of it.
2 jabs, yep. Right to the second 100 hands.
Pressure. Throw.
Overhead.
Sliver.
And using the offensive drive reversal. We haven't seen that much too often, but it is a tactic that a lot of players use just to get necessary knockdown in the corner so you can just keep the mix going.
Oh, absolutely. And it allows Jewelman to kind of close out. Oh, good drive parry on the drive impact. Prevents him from getting knocked into the wall there. Ooh, but Jewelman doesn't have any drive gauge now. He's burnt out in the corner. That is a dangerous spot to be in when you're going heads up against the Bison.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about, but this is how the previous game went. With Dreamblitzer, well, they didn't have to use the level 3 now, which is a lot better position than before. They're going to this final round moment at least with full meter.
And as we see full meter and willing to burn some of the drive gauge to start, going for the EX Psycho Crusher and trying to enforce an overhead, but Jewel not taking that at all.
Blocks the crouching medium kick. Jewelman falls victim to the overhead, but oh my god, Dreamblitzer overcommitted, just did not have the hit, allowing Jewelman to maintain it. Oh, you can see that back away. You typically want to take your turn after E.Honda, and Jewelman is pretty much trying to play double mind games.
He's trying to play double mind games. It seems like Jewelman's aware of what Dreamblitzer likes to do in those situations as he forces him in the corner and closes out with the level 2. Headbutt into 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 hand slap in the corner, and Jewelman takes it 2-0.
Let's see. I believe, yeah, it's called The Final Bout is the name of E.Honda's level 3.
Yes, the final bout is level 3. Level 2, I think, is like Killer Head Ram or something like that.
Ultimate Killer Head Ram X?
Ultimate Killer Head, yes.
Do you have index cards?
I admit, I have some notes on the side for characters I'm not familiar with, but I do make a point to try to remember these things.
You can see Dreamblitzer spent a lot of that drive gauge to just burn themselves out. Jewelman is going to fall victim to the level 1, and this should be the kill. Excellent reversal from Dreamblitzer. Spending a little bit of that meter just to get around. More importantly, can they get on the board? No meter in the tank, but they definitely got a little bit more momentum than before.
Yeah, a bit more momentum. Oh, there's looks like a little bit of a stare down here, and now Jewelman, first one to blink and first one to eat a shot for it. And now Dreamblitzer forcing the pressure, but there's the show of force there to hit him and send him all the way to the other side of the map.
It's quite the opposite version of Marissa's level 3, where the level 1 is there for the damage, but more importantly, it gets E.Honda some much needed space. Now, Jewelman has the extra buff. We can be comboing a lot more off of the 100 hands, and Dreamblitzer playing a little bit cheeky with the head stop, but still, Jewelman lands that stand heavy punch.
Now, Jewelman has the bomb on him, but gets it immediately defused with the punish counter. Oh, jumped over the drive impact, and Jewelman's gonna take. No!
We didn't close it all the way. Dreamblitzer has a little bit of gauge yet left. We could be seeing a drive impact, maybe a drive rush cancel. No! Okay, I called it a little bit too soon, but there's nothing too soon about this call as Dreamblitzer gets their first game, 2-1.
A little bit of a scary situation there, but took advantage of seeing the opening. Jewelman burnt out in the corner. able to pop off a drive impact and force the stun. So now jewelman he still has the advantage, 2-1, but having to fight with the momentum swinging back the other way, and now jewelman has to fight from underneath on this one.
Jewelman wanting to jump, get away from this pressure, lands the standing heavy punch, and a great little wrinkle from E.Honda's combos after that one is because we're not drive rush canceling, we get a big combo with only one bar, and a lot more refunded to us, but unfortunate drop for Jewelman.
Blocks through all that, but unfortunately Jewelman gets thrown here. Oh, he tried to do the Sumo Spirit too close, and Dreamblitzer was able to react to that immediately and sends him sitting all the way back down, and now Dreamblitzer has another round on the board.
Yeah, Jewelman just does not have the distance scouted out for the crouching immediate punch. We saw before early in the first round where Jewelman tried to get a whip punish with stand heavy, but got caught with that same button. Dreamblitzer's understanding that this button, crouching immediate punch, seems to be Jewelman's kryptonite.
Oh, for sure, but right now, Dreamblitzer pushing through like Superman with the Psycho Crusher in his face, flying toward him, but Jewelman ready, just bringing down the Sumo Smash, but burns himself out in the process, and now Dreamblitzer is going to have the advantage in about 3, 2, 1.
Yo, if Dreamblitzer goes crazy, he's still going to call him Psycho Man?
Right now, call him Psycho Man, but right now the Psycho Man is just flying into the Devil's Reverse here. But right now, Jewelman is looking pretty scary right now.
It really does, man. Jewelman was on Death's Door, but after that drop combo, that knock from Death's Door got knocked 3 doors down.
But right now, Dreamblitzer is pushing forward. Drive rush into the mid punch, asking him if he could still hold his hand, while Jewelman's flying up. The bomb is set up, and that is going to activate, and Dreamblitzer is going to have the momentum while he forces Jewelman in the corner.
Oh my goodness, great use of the standing heavy punch, but they both clash, and Jewelman slamming him. That's a 9-frame move. Goes for the final bout, and Jewelman lands a coveted level 3 on Dreamblitzer. That is going to really put the life gauge in his advantage, but Dreamblitzer is M.Bison, and we could easily finish off E.Honda when we got drive. Oh, no! Spoke too soon!
Just like that, bounced off with the head press and then smacks him back into the ground and closes it out. Does Jewelman sort of thing? That would be amazing.
He could even like have like Aki fake outs where he just like falls backwards, but no, hey, we're going to go. Whoa, our overlay looks a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit of a different overlay
oh
here.
No, this is it's a Tokon overlay.
Tokon, yeah. There we go. But now we have Jewelman over here against, I believe that this is still Zombie Taker. Yes,
yeah,
it
Zombie,
is. Okay.
Zombie Taker, not Undertaker, but Zombie Taker with the C.Viper. If we want to talk about it, if we want to talk about a character who really needs that drive gauge, it's C.Viper.
Oh, absolutely. She adapted beautifully from Street Fighter 4. I was admittedly a little concerned about how her playstyle would convert to SF5, and everything they've done with her really makes the most of merging what made her so unique in SF4 into SF6's gameplay style.
When you said beautiful, you're talking about mechanics. I just
I was focused on the mechanics, so you know, I was keeping it PG, I was keeping it professional.
Well, Jewelman with the heavy leg kick. Nah, C.Viper looks and plays very unique. She's definitely one of the more execution-heavy characters. That ground pound is something that you got to be very careful with, especially if you're a fireball character, which Jewelman is not.
No, doesn't have to really be too concerned about that, but it's still a good pressure tool. The seismic hammer coming down and cause the ground pound, but Jewelman with the drive rush pushing in. Burn kick, nice. Burn kick does the follow-up to try to push pressure there and knocks in the air with the seismic hammer, and is going to enforce their offense with the drive rush.
Yeah, great knockdown. Jewelman going to have to just eat this pressure. Zombie Taker, not quite a level 3 yet, and Jewelman using that OD headbutt to get out of dodge. You got to be really careful when you approach Viper. You can see right now, Zombie Taker, that's what we're trying to fake out, and Jewelman knows if they move forward a little bit, they will die.
Good call on the distance there by Jewelman, being able to get the Doskoi headbutt to push right through before Seismic Hammer could even hit, and then getting the command throw, and with that, Jewelman goes up 1-0 in this set.
Zombie Taker, one reason why Jewelman is being extra careful with how they approach this, especially with headbutt, is check out that M. There is a modern on Zombie Takers next to their name. You gotta be hyper sure you're committing to your offense against a modern player.
You know what? That's a good call out. It gives them quote unquote frame advantage because they have to do less inputs for their moves. So C.Viper has less input to do seismic hammer and less input for the fake out.
Man, jumping over the drive impact, and this is one of the reasons why neutral jump is such a good button option in the neutral, because you could hop over and respond to these. We're back to this Mexican standoff situation. Jewelman going to go ahead and use the hands.
Nice low block. Oh, but there's going to be the drive impact and a splat. Zombie Taker up against the wall and the 1,000-hand slap to close out the round.
As Jewelman is showing extremely good patience, would you say?
Oh, for sure. Finding the openings, finding the right spots, because they realize that Zombie Taker is also trying to impose their will, because they're very offense heavy, rushing down as much as they can here, keeping it going, and Jewelman's going to fight out of the corner.
Yeah, Jewelman has a lot of health to worry about. Zombie Taker not quite getting that wall bounce combo. Jewelman, you got to use that level 3. This should be setting it up. Not quite. I think they just want one more combo to really make sure that they're in a death store situation.
It looked, oh, unfortunately they're going to get thrown here. They're going to leave him with a sliver, side hammer fake out. Oh, they actually went for it, seismic hammer. There it is again as they went for the headbutt, and that allows Zombie Taker to take the round. I think in that situation, Jewelman might have been looking for like one more combo to use this level 3 to close out, but now they have all the meter that they need, but so does Zombie Taker.
That is true. I did forget the fact that we have one more round. So Jewelman probably not too peeved that they lost this one round, especially how they feel very comfortable fighting against Zombie Taker. And that's
right
stand
now,
heavy punch. Yeah, the stand heavy punch is doing a great job shutting out any jump out opportunities, but the Zombie Taker takes the corner.
Right now, Jewelman trying to jump out of it. Seismic hammer going to do the sumo smash and now reverse the positions, and now Zombie Taker's back is going to be up against the wall once again. And there's the pressure, the hand clap, low, hand clap, low, clap, and there's the command throw.
Yeah, we used the shorter hand clap to get the OD throw, and that was completely intentional from Jewelman. They just knew that Zombie Taker wasn't going to do anything to challenge that. I need to pull up what the hand clap is on blog.
While you do that little checkup, we see Zombie Taker here getting some pokes in. Gonna force their pressure on Jewelman again with the seismic hammer, make good use of it, but Jewelman doing the sumo smash to get out of that situation. Zombie Taker counters it. Now Zombie Taker has Jewelman up against the corner.
Going for the throw loop. Yeah, that is just something that you just have to hold the pressure to, and Jewelman just did not have enough life to carry that through. But still, we got 2 games in, so Jewelman, very comfortable lead, so we don't need to be sweating bullets right now.
Right now, no, but unfortunately, Zombie Taker seems like they're riding this momentum. Gonna go burning kick, gonna follow up, and gonna just keep them up against the wall. Zombie Taker now being forced back out, and Jewelman trying to fight out, trying to scramble with the headbutts.
Yeah, it looks like the clap is -3 on block. The sumo clap. Or in this case, Neko Damashi. Neko Damashi.
Yeah. Neko Damashi. Yeah.
Neko Damashi. I'm calling it the sumo clap.
Yeah. It's basically what it is, just like a clap for the ears, basically, like a box clap almost. See, oh, tried the clap again, but Zombie Taker this time getting their counter off in time. Now Jewelman with the smash. Oh, does the sumo stomp and is now going to keep Zombie Taker up against the wall with the throw. Oh, tried to cancel, but no use there.
The standing medium punch is a very oppressive button in E.Honda, and since it's plus on block, our opponents tend to just turtle up, and Jewelman wanted to use that, but Zombie Taker, great read on the situation, good decision making, and oh man, Jewelman went for it twice in a row, and unfortunately lost it twice in a row. Zombie Taker going for the throw, and that should end it!
Good round closing. We're seeing Zombie Taker make a lot of good adjustments from the last 2 games. Being able to sort of show a little bit more patience and kind of weasel their way in with their offense with, you know, the seismic hammer. They kind of conditioned Jewelman to, you know, expect seismic hammer when it's not coming and then not expect it as it hits just now.
And you can really see that Jewelman, I'm wondering, are they going to try to gamble on the command throw one more time? Oh man, Zombie Taker easily sends this level 3 combo. And when you're a Zombie Taker, this is going to feel really good. You were losing 2 games, but now you're up by, well, you actually got your, that should be your first one? I saw the 1, so I didn't know when it came in.
No, this is 2.
Okay, we tied it up. Yeah, Zombie
This is side
Takers
up now.
slowly getting their offense going. Stella got her groove back.
Oh, for sure. Right now, she's just making all the way through the dance floor. But right now, Jewelman just throwing them straight into the ground and then smashing once again with the sumo smash. And now Jewelman trying to get some of that momentum back on their side. And it looks like it's working.
Yeah, we're using the sumo spirit to give ourselves the butt. On this, we've seen this Mexican standoff situation multiple times, and a beautiful cancel from Zombie Taker to just make sure they stay alive one more time.
Good drive counter there by Zombie Taker, or excuse me, by Jewelman. Zombie Taker is using the seismic hammer to enforce a little bit of pressure from a distance, trying to force Jewelman to move.
But look, we got 55 seconds left, and Jewelman has so much life. Zombie Taker needs to approach the sumo wrestler. Sumo wrestler can sit back.
It's an interesting situation. Oh, but there's the approach, and Jewelman just sticks a palm out, talk to the hand, and closes out the round. Jewelman is now on set point.
And you can see how Jewelman has been using the sumo splash less of an overhead and more of an approach, because if Zombie Taker wants to take this guy or hit a button, they're going to eat this big Superman double dip teriyaki stick. How your ribs are feeling?
Oh, just double dipping them straight into the ground, and with that, Jewelman with the cute little pokes in the corner, you know, as I like to say, you know, don't have to do anything fancy, just give a little kiss. Keep it simple, son. Claim the code at 25 cents, absolutely free to the Matcherino pot to see these players get some extra payment going into the tournament itself. But as we go from there, we go right into our next match, LeviHakai, excuse me, with the Elena versus Rookie, and this time Rookie coming in with the Luke instead of the reboot.
That is true. Rookie has first flash on the team with the Luke, but at the same time, if you're playing a Shota, you might as well have Pop 3. But I believe Rookie is a lot more comfortable with the Luke pick than the Ryu pick.
And there's a lot to be said with Luke. We talked about Ryu hitting like a truck. Luke's walking out there with Popeye the Sailor Man arms with his can of spinach at the ready at any given moment to unload.
Yeah, Rookie, though, excellent managing of the space. When you're in the corner, you can't really move out of the way, and you just have to eat the offense. And when you're a character like Elena, you definitely want to be in the middle screen.
Yeah, it gives you more room to play with and doesn't allow someone to kind of push in on your range, while you, as Elena, have more space to play at your effective range. But right now, we see nice Rhino Horn by Hakai. He's going to keep the pressure going with the drive rush.
More so that when you have your opponent in the corner, there's way more space to play, and Rookie's gonna have to back things up, especially when they're so close to burning this up. Oh my god, a tiny, that drive gauge was thinner than the hairs on my head.
There was almost nothing there, but now Rookie decided to shave the rest of it off. Now he's in burnout, and that might be his undoing.
Yeah, man, you know, Rogan Chuck, let's go ahead and shave it off. Going bald isn't a choice, but balding is. No, balding isn't a choice, going bald is. There we go.
There you go, there you go.
Mess
Strike
it up.
that, reverse it.
Strike it.
Thank you.
Reverse it. And LeviHakai, though, great use of the critical art to get on the board, but still no meter yet. Rookie doing so much damage, and he's still got that level 3 to work out.
Right now with the pokes, making good use of Elena's effective range there with the kick. Did a neutral empty jump, but Rookie did not bite on that.
Oh man, Rookie's not afraid to just really go for the drive right cancel. And LeviHakai, great cross up. We're so close to a level 1 and a burnout combo. Does Rookie have it in him to react to the drive impact if it comes in? But we wake up with the level 3. But LeviHakai was ready for it, and this should be the end of this game.
The story of that felt told through the fact that, as you pointed out, Rookie was very willing to burn drive gauge, and in both those round losses, the burnout situation was what really put Rookie in that dire position and effectively what seemed like cost him the rounds.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at that beach outfit. That burnout was more of a sunburn for them. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over. Couldn't get anything going there. Just stayed out in the sun a little too long and just got fried crispy. But right now, Rookie just putting Hakai in the corner, but doesn't have much health to play with, and immediately eats the overhead as they drive rush in.
Well, yeah, because Rookie has been shown to really favor the crouching neutral punch off of the drive rush. So if LeviHakai jumps high enough with the neutral jump, we're going to be sending a big attack. And great overhead from LeviHakai, and Rookie having to a little too plus in that situation, but we still challenge the button presses. Very gutsy move from this game.
Gutsy move, sometimes it pays off. You know, it's one of those things where sometimes you have to press. Because sometimes if you do the conventional play, it's just too predictable.
LeviHakai, drive rush button in, going for the overhead. Rookie scouted out, gets the drive rush throw, very classic one. And this is Rookie's very comfortable position. Using the light kick to try to get a little bit faster, but no, backdash on the shimmy, but no punish. And Rookie, let's go to the level 3, baby. Wing 8, regret, call it.
Here we go. He's gonna take you to Memphis. And with that, Rookie closes the round and takes it, but going into this next round with no meter.
This is a reverse step situation which happened to LeviHakai. Oh god, I got a cough.
That trip to Memphis doing some damage to you.
I know, man.
Good uppercut. It's going to knock them away. It's going to drive rush it. Doesn't get the throw, though. Hakai kind of stepping away, just keeping their distance a little bit. As Sand Blasters are coming right through, there's a drive rush and the throw.
Rookie not really good for drive rush combos, drive rush cancel. Instead, we're using the drive rush just for a quick approach. And now LeviHakai, will we see the overhead? No, we're just going to slam and catch his Rookie jumping up, but Rookie gets the anti-air. One throw, will we see another drive rush? Yes, we will! Catches it with the jab this time to really keep that spacing tight.
And there we go. You see Rookie taking the round, taking that game with the drive rush. Again, big difference from the first game. Using the drive gauge a lot more, I don't want to say intelligently, but it was a lot more measured in their usage of the drive gauge, for sure.
That was a great one. Oh man, big, bar heavy button, uses the throw. Again, wow, what a gutsy medium move. Meaty move.
Meaty uppercut. Oh, just blocks the wheel, and it's going to drive impact up into the wall and the stun, and Rookie's going to close out with the DDT. What does DDT stand for? The end.
Yeah. And you know what? We only used one DDT. Jake the Snake Roberts would be right. I'm gonna make you beg for your own money.
Hopefully, in this case, Rookie doesn't wind up wallowing in the muck of their own avarice, as we see Rookie with not much drive gauge to play with, as Hakai's taking full advantage of that.
And Rookie wisely busts out. We still are in a pretty good situation. LeviHakai using the parry to maintain the drive gauge, but still both these people very close to being burnt out. Rookie burns themselves out, but this level 3 that's coming up will go ahead and even out the drive gauge for themselves. But as Green Regret says, level 3, I go up, you stay still, so Rookie should recover, but I don't think it's going to last that long.
Unfortunately, it's not going to give them an opportunity, but we have Hakai going in with the pressure, but doesn't get anything there, and Rookie with the crouching jab, or the crouching medium, I believe, there, and closing it out.
Yeah, Hakai really went for the overhead, which was a very gutsy call, but when you do it so close, your opponent has so much more time to react with the jab, and Rookie, gets the jab, gets the knockdown, gets the win, and we're now 2-1. And LeviHakai switching to Kimberly. This is a do-or-die situation. They will not be able to switch characters anymore, so it's all or nothing on this ninja.
It's probably a good call. They were seeing that it wasn't working with Elena, and now switch up the game. Kimberly's game style is far more movement-based than Elena. Elena has the more horizontal movement. Kimberly's got more aerial movement and a lot more speed. Good drive impact.
Hey, by the way, there's a mark in the chat, Wing. It says, I prefer Damien's dinner time. that was the name of the snake, right? Damien?
Damien, yeah. He had Damien and Revelations.
Yo,
yeah.
Mika-chan. I like the cut of your jib.
Oh, you see Hakai now unfortunately getting pushed back a little bit. Ate some heavy damage there from Rookie. Rookie's now backing away. They know what Kimberly's capable of. They're trying to clear that space, not to give them that room, and there's the drive impact.
Kimberly has a really heavy drive impact, and this should be a level 3 from LeviHakai. Remember how you were talking about, Wayne, how insane the meter gain is? This is the first round. And we already see a level 3 on deck.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. You get those level 3 openings, like, really quick in this game, especially when you have a back and forth round like this with both players in critical art range. And now, important thing to remember, Kimberly's level 3 is going to change the game in a lot of ways now.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and take it from here. Kimberly has increased move speed, which is insane because her movement is already fast. And just as important, Kimberly has full access to her damage. She normally fights at a 90% ratio, but now we got the full 100. And speaking of 100, LeviHakai putting themselves near 100 with the gauge as they are in green, and Rookie is burnt out in the corner.
Oh, and we've seen, unfortunately, exactly where this leads to with Rookie. He's going to try to jab out of it, but there's critical art. He's going to land it, and this is going to reverse the tide a little bit and give himself his drive gauge, as we talked about before.
Oh man, catches with the crouching medium kick. Rookie should be able to send it. We will get a good knockdown to words!
It's okay, words can be hard, but we see Rookie get the drive rush, going to force the LeviHakai into the opposite corner now. And because Rookie had the drive gauge, forced a burnout with the level 3, with the critical art rather, LeviHakai didn't have any way to really fight out of that, and it allows Rookie to take the round and put Rookie on set point.
However, LeviHakai very close to level 3. We can see 2 level 3s in one game because Kimberly can make meter like that. Rookie gets the corner, uses that standing heavy kick as media, and being very careful how they press.
Right now is the post, and as you called it, the level 3, and this should close it. I think this will do enough.
Especially with the full damage on Cork from the previous level 3, definitely. That graffiti art is a victory, a picture of victory for LeviHakai. Tying it up, the change to Kimberly has been nothing but fortuitous.
Immediately starting with Rookie going for the anti-air and just forcing LeviHakai into the corner, trying to reverse fortunes on their side here. Already down to half health is LeviHakai.
Well, that's just because Kimberly doesn't have a reliable reversal. So at this early of a game, you can just bully her into the corner, and she can't really do much to get out.
That's a good point. There's not really much that she has their mobility, but you have to be able to get the mobility out in order to get away. But as we see, the basic way to get out of there, just do a back throw.
Well, yeah, that was a target combo to the back throw. Kimberly, one of the few characters who could do it. Standing heavy kick was for the Oki, but Rookie went, wait a minute, you don't got a lot of life yet. Here, have this DP.
And with that, that puts Rookie on set point. This has been an incredible back and forth, and now LeviHakai trying to fight for their openings here, trying to get some scrapping in, but nice parries, and Sandblaster's not going to really do much here. LeviHakai's not falling for that.
Yeah, Rookie has to be very careful. At that range where LeviHakai's been standing, they've been landing bar heavy punch, but no, Rookie needs to use it. No level 3. I was really banking on that just because Rookie burnt themselves out, but they realized they could just really take this hit because Kimberly can't do much, especially when she doesn't have the corner. Oh my god, drive rush off the fierce punch, right to level 3, but goes right underneath them.
No, just slipped right past them. Rookie just a little bit too high up, and unfortunately not able to connect, but LeviHakai cleaning it up nice and smooth, able to keep the pressure going, get the drive impact, and LeviHakai just cleans it up, sweeps it up a little bit, and is able to take the round, and now both players on set point. Final round of this.
Normally that would mess with your mental, but think of it, LeviHakai got the most important thing off of that level 3, which was the buff. But unfortunately, that buff is not going to really matter if you can't really get out of the gate, or in this case, out of the corner.
Oh, but right now, Rookie being able to get their way out of it. Being able to use their sprint a little more, being able to kind of push it a little bit. Oh, but the overhead, there's the drive impact by LeviHakai.
LeviHakai with this combo should bring us to level 3, but no, we're not going to use it right now. Goes for the mix-up with both straight hands, no overhead yet. Tried to go for the flash, reverse flash. This is the level 3, this is hitting, and more importantly, this is LeviHakai set as they defeat Rookie 3-2.
Incredibly competitive back and forth set there, forcing LeviHakai to use a character switch to go into Kimberly after you start with 2 familiar players, Jewelman and Q.
And it's always stressful in the lower section of the top 8 because it's not just your normal top 8 in a bracket. This is a top 8 that you have to fight 2 hours to get in. So you can try so hard for 2 hours to get into this dance and then lose 1 game and you're out of the bracket.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the sort of cushion that a winner's bracket does, where you can lose that and then readjust your strategy. And right now, Jewelman has been, speaking of readjusting strategy, Jewelman has been sticking to what brought him to the dance and is trying to keep the pressure, but I don't know if that's going to work with Q's Aki right now.
Yeah, if you remember, Q originally was playing Elena, but we went to Aki, which is a very interesting character, favorite character of Broski. Jewelman went for the overhead, and Q takes that option off the table with the drive reversal, giving themselves some much-needed space. Now, Aki likes to stand in this range right here for the lash. Wow! I'm psychic.
Just calling it just minutes before it happens. could probably predict a lot of numbers at this point, but unfortunately, Q did not predict that they would be sent headfirst into the ground with the Oicho throw, and with that, Jewelman takes the round.
Aki has some really good mix-ups, especially with a slow fireball. Slow fireballs and drive rushes is the PB and J in Street Fighter 6. And Q not really representing a lot of the more distance options with Aki, allowing Jewelman to get the bullying, especially with the stand medium.
Goes for the headbutt, crosses underneath, gets the lash, and now Jewel's gonna eat some of that poison damage as we see Aki kind of keep the pressure going, and then eats the sumo smash, and now just reverses to the corner.
I really don't know who was going to try to meet them air to air. Oh my god, double dip teriyaki stick, bam! Bruised ribs and all. And Q jumping back. We see a fireball. We will. Goes right up to enforce a little bit of pressure. Holds down the block. Waits for Jewelman to approach. Makes it eat a throw.
Now he's going to keep the pressure. He's going to drive rush in, throw again. He's going to try to force them into another. Yes, they do. Another throw. Going to push in, and there's the drive counter to get them off immediately. And pops the bubble with the sumo clap.
Now we're going to use the OD. That can't really be popped by the sumo clap so soon. And Jewelman, will they go risky? He's at the optimal range and goes for the OD headbutt. Oh man, what a read. So Jewelman had the right move, using the OD to go through the fireball, but Q double trumped that with the OD fireball with pops through the armor.
Yeah, some good fundamental play there, like being able to use and know what was going to work in that situation, or what even would condition Jewelman to move in a certain way. But as we see, Jewelman not really taking too kindly to that in this round.
Yeah, because, you know, we're already seeing that Q likes to play around at range 2, which is Aki's effective range. So, you know what? Let's just go up in her face. You're a sumo. I mean, sumo wrestlers are not known for... Oh my god, they're not known for zoning. But definitely Q's in the zone with that combo.
They're just using the Serpent Lash and trying to slide in, but Jewelman just throws them across and then lands the drive impact. And with that, Jewelman takes the first game in our first set of this top 8.
Yes, drive impact was actually a really good call from Jewelman, just because Serpent Slash and Fireball get blown up, and Honda has a far-reaching drive impact. So it was a beautiful way to snuff out 2 of Q's more represented options.
Yeah, because you mentioned, you know, sumo wrestlers don't have range, but Honda, like, really reaches for his offense. So, yeah, it was a really good call to use the drive impact to kind of stuff that entirely. And now kind of forcing a more defensive playstyle here from Q is Jewelman. Q trying to find their way in and out, but now they're too far in. They're going to get a sumo smash into the ground.
Yeah, this is the range that Q does not want to be in. Jewelman, especially with the buff, lands the sumo one, and we're forcing ourselves with the burnout. And Jewelman, pretty comfortable with drive gauge up against the corner, but oh my god, beautiful lap by Q.
Right now, Q's an interesting spot, as I was going to say. I was about to say Q's an interesting spot with no drive gauge trying to enforce will, and a drive impact shows why that's a dangerous situation, and that puts Jewelman up around.
And Jewelman chose the way to win that.
Oh boy. As I said before, Captain No Fun, misnomer. Good jump over, belly flop coming down. Now the hand claps, the sumo claps, the nekodamashi. And tries to rush in, but eats the poison. And now Q trying to enforce their pressure. The sumo stomp, and Jewelman's reversing the momentum.
Yeah, sumo splash is a really good option because Q has been doing neutral jumps a lot, and sumo splash does chase it down. But we are going to be chasing down this second game with a beautiful level 3, which is the final bout to take that second game. Final bout, but not the final game, because Q can turn this around. We've seen it before, but can we see it from that?
Well, it'll be an interesting scenario here. Q with the Aki. We haven't seen Aki yet in this tournament, and we talked about chasing it down, but it looks like Q's trying to chase down the sake with some poison as we try to go in, but no, the crouching light punches forces Q out, and now we're back at what seems like Jewelman's honestly preferred strategy, going from very far to very close in.
Oh man, he lands the low medium kick. And now Jewelman should be able to see, again, we're using these sumo splashes as a way to close in the gap. If we are using the sumos, these moves as the shot, those splashes are the chaser.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just a quick splash into the water, as it were. But we see Jewelman trying to push in, and now Jewelman going a little more, you know, little basic, a little more fundamental, doing the regular throws here, pushing in with the hand slaps, and then it's going to force the pressure into the corner.
Wait, we got to be very careful. There could be an overhead. Oh, no. You can see there, Q wanted to mash because we were waiting for the overhead stop for the throw. I understand the propensity to push, but instead we got pressed on for this penultimate round.
Well said on that situation. Very well said there. As we see Q now trying to enforce the
actual
poison.
penultimate round? I forget what's that. That's second to last, right?
Penultimate is second to last.
Thank you. Yes.
So we see now Jewelman trying to force their pressure here. Goes for the headbutt, but jumps over and then gets the punish counter throw, does Q.
That's, again, Q is using neutral jump. It's kind of, sometimes you want to fight E.Honda like a M.Bison where we're using neutral jump for this exact reason. But Q has been punished with the sumo splash, so we have to be careful about when we do it, because Jewelman has the rate. You can see right there, that was probably there to scout a neutral jump.
Yeah, it would be a good call, expecting the headbutt, conditioning them for the headbutt, and then going for the sumo smash, but Q did not bite on that good low hit, and now Jewelman going for the sumo smash, and Q getting the drive counter to try to force them back.
See though, Jewelman needs a specific distance to use the sumo splash to chase down. So Q, as long as they're aware of that distance, they should be able to stop this. Jumps right over the crouching the standing medium, and now it's Q landing it. We should be able to see a level 3 right now to end this game. Oh, not quite. One more. Block that!
Okay. Parried it, avoided that situation, was a very desperate wake-up level 3. Jewelman probably felt he had no other option in that situation, went for it, Q saw it coming, blocked it with a drive parry, and then closed out the round. Smart, patient play by Q.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming, stole it like a bandit.
Unfortunately, in that situation, in that round, Q being able to stand there and be super patient, which is a bit of a separation of what he was playing earlier, proved to be Jewelman's last surprise in that scenario.
Yeah, just because it's one thing to, you have to learn how to double back when something gets adapted and double adapted. You go back to layer 1 because that's all of a sudden starts clicking again. And we see here that ever since that Jewelman stopped representing the drive impact of range 2, Q is starting to play at that comfortable distance.
Unfortunately, walked right into the brick wall that is Jewelman's show of force and sending him flying into the opposite wall. That Jewelman is now on set point. Q is fighting for their tournament life.
You had a really good read on the situation with Jewelman on the adaptive force, gets the reset, and this should be Jewelman's one. Oh my god, the mental stack too high, the sumo walk too fast, and Jewelman too many wins, stacking it up 3-1. That's gonna see Jewelman move forward and see.
Yeah, kind of consolidates sort of that writing and sort of the setting of the world. As speaking of consolidating the setting of the world, we got Luke coming in with Rookie at the helm against SnakeofTalins with the Ken.
Which really just shows this is the first and probably only Ken that we're going to be seeing today. It shows how much this character has kind of fallen to a wayside ever since Ryu just became the cool guy on the block.
There's not much Ken has to really offer in that situation that Ryu just doesn't do, but with better damage output in that regard, right? Like, as we see here, like, Ken still has this pressure, but Ryu has the Hashokeki with all those chains. But right now we're seeing SnakeofTalins make the most of it and eats the level 1 and sends them flying far away.
And you could really see that SnakeofTalins is doing great damage. Oh my god, okay. That was an interesting choice to just run up. And that was pretty much checkmate. Just after one block Jinrai and another block Jinrai, Rookie just did not have enough drive gauge to last. And that's really what's been playing against Rookie. Rookie has amazing fundamentals, but when you're out of drive gauge, you can only fight with those fundamentals for so long.
Oh, absolutely. And you have fundamentals, and then you have, but what if I wake up and EX Shoryu?
I mean, good reads are a fundamental. Neutral jump, a little bit too late from SnakeofTalins. Hits the DDT, bam, Danian's dinner time.
Unfortunately, while SnakeofTalins eats some pavement there, SnakeofTalins still popping up, has the drive rush, and Rookie does not have any gauge to spare here.
Apparently, according to Jake the Snake Roberts, the DDT was founded on accident. I think he slipped backwards while holding a headlock. And then the booker said, oh, that looked really cool, do it again.
And that just became his move, yeah. And then everything about it is just super mythologized. But as we see here, oh, Rookie just pushing immediately SnakeofTalins into the corner. This is a little bit of a reverse of fortune.
Yeah, especially SnakeofTalins went for the throw, representing one option, the improper option. Rookie can sail into level 3, in that first game. SnakeofTalins just could not stop Luke at that junction. But hey, one game. It's only one game. We need 3 to win, or more importantly, you're afforded 3 games before you lose.
And SnakeofTalins has plenty of time to make adjustments, but Rookie, we've seen Rookie have a lot of good situations play out in their favor, and good use of their drive rush. It's something we pointed out earlier. They are not afraid to spend it, but they've been a lot more judicious in their usage of it.
The crouching medium punch tries to sail into the dash, but Rookie lands the light kick to the Jinrai, getting some much needed space. And check out Rookie's drive gauge. Will we see them try to burn themselves out, or are they going to be a little patient?
I think they're going to try to be patient here. They've been a lot more patient as of late with their usage of drive gauge. As I say that, never mind. But this was a good opening to use it. They got the throw out to kind of switch the position. So it was a good time to use it at that moment.
Now, SnakeofTalins could use the OG Fireball, but instead they perfect parry jumping forward because it had so much better frame advantage. They got that big jump in. And now SnakeofTalins, can they tie it up with a single round, or will Rookie pull out another heavy hitter?
Rookie's been known for that good EX to pop out of there, but doesn't get the throw. Just a little bit out of reach. SnakeofTalins as he pushes in with the Shoryu, and now good throw break.
All right. And now that's one of the things about throw that we haven't talked about. When you do a throw and your opponent jumps, it's a beautiful option select because you have more than enough time to recover with a DP.
Oh yeah, like you have that opening to do so, but there, if the throw doesn't even land, it's a complete whip and the opponent can punish you and do a ton of damage. Run up, throw on wake up, and now the overhead and the crouching light jab, and with that, Rookie now ties up the round.
Mental stack. That is one of the slower moves in Luke's disposable. When you're not looking out for it, it might as well be invisible. Lands the crouching medium punch. SnakeofTalins resets with the overhead to get much more amplified damage, and wisely Rookie uses the drive reversal, which is guaranteed safe, but still they're not safe because they're still in the corner. But the whip punish, crouch, standing heavy, puts Rookie back in. Did they block? Yes, they did it. They mash jab one. They did one too many times, and now Rookie's gonna have the time of their life as they send in the level of 3, 2-0.
Wow, that was the sort of situation that for SnakeofTalins that could have been a checkmate in his favor. Had Rookie on the ropes with no drive gauge, was keeping the pressure on him, but got a little too antsy, threw out the jab and ate the wake up level 3. That's why we were talking earlier. Sometimes you have to have this intellectual thesis on what is the proper move in that particular scenario and the motivation, and then have you considered Unga Bunga? That's all you got. Yeah,
have
just
gotta go.
Exactly. Exactly. Yankee can throw a barrel. You know, just go right for it. But as we see, nice drive impact by SnakeofTalins.
And we use the neutral jump heavy to get a little bit more damage and the side switch. And that's one thing that Ken can do that Ryu can't. Sega does what Ken don't, is get these side switch combos. Oh, you could have. That was a misinput crosscut. Very unfortunate. And Rookie's going to make sure the fortune is in their favor with a level 1 Sandblaster, putting themselves in the second point.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a set of errors there. It puts SnakeofTalins on the back foot once again. Now Rookie trying to make the most of it. Again, that drive rush into a throw is such a go-to for Rookie that it's been paying dividends. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'll tell you what's also paying off. These misinput crosscuts from SnakeofTalins. You can see that they have the timing down, but they're just not getting the direction they want. And this is going to be direction that is going south real bad for them.
Oh,
level
very
1?
much so. Level 2?
No, level 2. As we slam in this fist, this will be the end of SnakeofTalins' losers run, and Rookie advancing further into the bracket.
Yeah, and with that Rookie, with the Ryu that brought them to the dance and the Luke that's continuing to take them into the...
Yo, Ruffian versus Issei, Mr. 6-0 in the dance. It's so wild to say, oh yeah, this guy went undefeated for 6 games. He's the loser side.
Oh, he's actually in the winners. This is the winner semis here.
Oh, he's the winner semis. He made the top 10.
Yeah, we made it up to the top here because he was 6-0 and he made it up there. So now it's EC versus Ruffian here, but we've seen Ruffian's Blanka before, and we've seen the trap setups with Blanka-chan.
Now, these two people are both hailing from the great country of Mexico and are actual training partners, so they know each other very well. I've had the pleasure of commentating a lot of their matches over at Breakout and the Sweet events, RIP. So it's really cool to see these guys in another venue. You know, kind of like the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens matches.
Yeah, you just always see the rivalry, and then you always see them like fight each other. Then they're buddies, and they fight each other, and they're buddies. And now here they are, they're fighting each other. Trying to get the projectiles, but the projectile's too low. Ruffian thought he can get in, and Easy just sets up and then lands the level 1 into the corner, and is going to try to finish it, but Ruffian has a silver left.
And Issei wisely walks away, and Ruffian just went for the Unga far-reaching Blanka ball, but that is a property of Juri's crouching medium punch, that it stops a lot of things. It's kind of ridiculous, but the girl needed it.
Yeah, Juri is one of the characters where it's like, you know, it's crazy, but she kind of needs some of that stuff, especially when she has like a lot of her stuff tied to, you know, her install, or not the install, but the buff mechanic that she has going on.
The standing medium punch that was not going to hit, and Ruffian is a big fan of that. If it fails once, do it again right away.
Blanka affords that opportunity. Oh, just barely touched the wall, got the stun, and now EC builds up the buff and is trying to keep the pressure going, but Ruffian now has full drive gauge.
Wisely gets out of dodge with the command grab. This should, not quite the closure, and Ruffian, we're gonna see something really big. Drive rush headbutt, you know. Watch out for that head, watch out for Blanka ball, watch out for Blanka ball.
Instead of Blanka ball, we got Blanka-chan, and EC stepped forward and landed the throw, and EC goes up 1-0 against Ruffian.
That's what we're talking about, how well they know each other. Remember, the first game ended on a punished Blanka ball, and you would be thinking, let me go ahead and stand back. Ruffian wanted to take advantage of that by throwing Blanka-chan, which needs space, but because of the long startup and Juri having one of the fastest drive rushes of the game, she more than willing became less K-pop Demon Hunter and K-pop Monster Slayer.
Oh man, it was just putting Blanka down into the ground with ease at that point, with the speed and agility that Juri affords. But now we're going to Blanka's home stage a little bit here, change of venue.
Again, already dropped Blanka ball from Ruffian, going to chase down, try to do a little bit of that damage, but Ruffian spending a lot of drive gauge to get to this part of the screen, gets the table flipped though, and uses the wild edge for the Oki.
Flips the table, flips Juri back into the air. Blanka-chan at the ready, the trap is set, and it's going to detonate.
Yes. She's not quite the huntress, but Ruffian made the hunter the hunted. First round goes to Ruffian. Can they tie it up?
Nice pokes here. Oh, nice Blanka ball sending EC skyward, but EC immediately gets up drive rush, and we said before, one of the fastest drive rushes in the game, and EC pulls the distance, but it's not working out in their favor here.
Yeah, Juri, DJ, and Mai have extremely fast drive rushes. Don't count them out when they're, yeah, of course not. They give her everything. Good China.
Everything. Just lay out the platter, lay it all out. And right now, here we have Ruffian. Blanka heard us talking about food and just got real hungry all of a sudden.
Oh, and what they were hungry for was a win. Ruffian's going to tie it up in that very rather decisive victory. Remember, we are in winner's semis. First to 3, and more importantly, if we get to winner's final, guaranteed 4th place.
Oh.
You know, it's a real good benefit that Blanka has such a great theme song. At least when I get my ass beat by this character, you know, my ears are relatively pleased. I can't be pleased as punched by that one.
Oh no, the pinwheel unfortunately getting blocked and punched up in the air. And yeah, you know, I feel that it's a feeling I have with, you know, when I have matchups against like a Zangief or a JP. If I get beaten by them, it's like, you know, at least the music's good. The scratching, the reaching, the clawing, the swiping, and just like that, eventually Ruffian closes it out and gets the perfect.
Yeah, you can see the lack of the counter hit that EC was trying to move forward just because they knew Ruffian would eventually do something nasty on with crouching medium. Head right to the level 2. This is going to be pretty bad for EC. We're stuck in the corner, and Ruffian going to do another mix-up.
And this is going to power up the traps as well, as we saw earlier. It's going to do it again. Yes, he does. Going to set up the Blanka-chan. Just just kicks it away, just swats the Blanka away, does EC.
Oh, we wanted to hit confirm the crouching medium, and that's going to be big damage on Ruffian. No level 1 on deck, but we do have Blanka for the perfect KO.
Double perfect closing out there by Ruffian. Dominant statement-making third game there on Ruffian's end, going into game 4.
It is, and let's not take away a double perfect, but to put it on the other hand, if you do get perfect fighting somebody, chat, remember this is the drive gauge, and the lack of chip damage means that it's much easier to get perfect than before.
Very true. Very good analysis there, especially with, you know, as we mentioned before, drive gauge governs a lot of the game now. And in past games, you didn't have to worry about, you know, if my drive gauge was full or not. You just always took chip damage.
I jump back and see going to go ahead and perfect parry it and chases him down with the Juri drive rush. Great combo, built up a little meter, but Ruffian bust out of it.
Right now, Ruffian is trying to keep their distance, trying to pull EC back toward them, trying to make EC move. There it is!
And you could see that the reason why EC moved forward is because Ruffian moved forward. Blanka losing charge means it's a little bit safer to approach since Blanka ball's off that table. 45 frames.
Yeah, that's fair. It's one of those big things with charge characters that if you can see their movement and read them that way, you can kind of figure out when you can move in, when you can move out. But then you see now Ruffian doing like the crouches, and that makes it a little harder to see because you can charge back while you're holding down.
Now Ruffian does have slightly more life, so EC needs to approach, but oh my god, gets checked with the crouching medium punch. Neutral jumps in, but still Ruffian able to block. You gotta be very careful. EC backs away. Oh, gets caught with the standing heavy.
Side switch there, gets the punish counter throw, and with that, Ruffian now moves up to set point.
I really like the idea to slow down the match even though we're losing, but Issei, when you do slow down like that, Ruffian has all the time to stop, reset, and more importantly, react.
And we see here Issei's now like trying to be preemptive in their defense now, instead of being reactive in that moment, trying to move away, expecting the trap. And now we see Ruffian starting to open them up. EC's super close to a burnout. I don't think they want that, but he's going to activate the buff, does Ruffian.
Yeah, Ruffian's known to just raw level 2, and you can see how low EC's drive gauge is. That's one of the reasons why Ruffian is so okay with activating level 2. If they could get the burnout, which they will right now, it's going to further cinch their victory into winners finals.
And we were talking about chip damage earlier, so this could come into play if Ruffian plays into it. There's the Blanka challenge getting set away, and just eats it in as an anti-air.
Even though EC did the head stop, Ruffian's going to make sure that they get sent to the lower brackets 3-1. Ruffian is going to be one of the grand poobahs on the winner's side.
You see him right now, you know, he's looking good, he's feeling good, he's eating good, but the game is like eating too good. Pull that away. And now we're going to see Jewelman and EC see what comes out of this. We got speed versus power.
Or this is literally Bob, the character from Tekken's matchup. Speed and weight!
Wait! Yeah, exactly. Oh, he tries the sumo smash, tries it again, but he sees that coming.
Using the parry system to just make sure we preserve that drive gauge. E.Honda can really delete your drive gauge if you're not ready, especially with normal to headbutt. And now walk up medium kick. Issei caught in the corner, but oh, mistimed drive impact allows Issei to get this big combo break, giving it right back to center.
Oh, the drive rush pushing Issei's gonna keep it going and then activate the level 1, and that's gonna send Jewelman into the wall. Nice throw to close it out, and Issei takes the early lead with the first round.
Yeah, whenever Honda throws headbutt and it's blocked, they're pretty much putting themselves in a negative RQS situation. And Jewelman wanted a block, which you want to do when you're Honda, and Issei did a throw.
Yeah, and we saw Jewelman sort of keeping the pressure on Issei. You see Issei's drive gauge is going real low, but Issei's now fighting their way back and is letting their drive gauge sort of recover here.
Text the drive rush with the crouch medium punch. That should keep them safe on block. Issei very close to burning out. Wisely uses the parry to get themselves out of dodge and jumps back. They both go ahead and stock some of their big weapons. Oh, could have been really bad for Issei.
I was about to say that was a scary little moment there, yeah. Oh, good pressure here. Issei's making good use of drive parry instead of blocking now. Both staring down, keeping it. Oh, walks up and Angel throw is like, all right, never mind.
This is what we're talking about. Jewelman is so good at understanding these quick in the dead, not quick in the dead, good in the bad and the ugly moments, where if you're not going to draw your gun, you might as well fire first.
Yeah, you look at that situation, and it's kind of the Indiana Jones thing. You're both staring down, this person's flourishing, you're like, you know what, just pop the gun, just fire the shot. And
there's our shot right there.
Speaking of shots, absolutely, getting the level 3.
Final bout, that's going to put Issei dangerously close to burnout situation. Jewelman doesn't use the headbutt, instead goes for the sumo splash, and wisely, Issei uses their level 3, less to do damage and more to preserve their drive gauge. They're going to be back in the green feeling fine, and they got the corner now.
And now Jewelman dangerously close to losing their drive gauge as well. They're at less than a bar. There you go, perfect parry to recover, and this is going to wind up burning them out, but can this get them the win?
Not quite. They don't have enough super bar. If they had the level 1, that's definitely true. This is going to have to be one more interaction. Both players don't have any super bar, so it's going to be a big hit, or in this case, I keep it simple with the jab.
Yeah, went for the dive kick, the Shikusen, and unfortunately doesn't get anything out of it. Jewelman just blocks it and then pokes it to close out that round.
Also, thank you, chat. Shout outs to April Illustrious for the heart for the commentary team. It's always really good to see acknowledgement from the chat. You, believe it or not, people don't acknowledge commentators a lot in these streams. So every time we see that, that's awesome. Also, if you like our commentary, put it on the Twitter. That way we can come back.
Make sure the word gets out there. Make sure the word's out that we back up.
Well, unfortunately, Jewelman's back down with that throw. Issei gonna enforce that pressure. Jewelman getting so close to that burnout situation. They can use a reversal, but see, that's what I'm talking about. They're not really burned out. This should be it.
Yeah, they close it out well. They get the drive impact to force themselves out of the corner, and then they get the last little bit. They need the final exchange to close out the round. Now Jewelman takes the round advantage.
Yeah, that's just because Jewelman made sure they were a little bit above the 2-bar threshold, allowing themselves to use the drive reversal without burning themselves out and using the armored frames of the headbutt, chasing Issei down when you're getting a little bit frisky with the buffs.
Oh, 1,000 hand slap, EX Oicho throw. Gonna do some heavy damage. Drive rush, but Issei jumps over and switches sides.
Issei has a drive gauge advantage, a little bit of spacing advantage. They gambled it on that drive rush approach. This is really good for them. Jewelman's in the corner. The level 1's gonna make sure they stay in the corner, and we still have room to play with.
Ooh, nice neutral jump there to avoid the drive impact. That would have been dangerous with the stun, and with that, Jewelman's going to close it out with the final bout, and is going to take this round and send us into Game 3 with a 2-0 advantage.
You can really see that Issei was... First they went for the grab, but they were able to option select it after Jewelman jumped and landed the anti-air, and they went a little bit too greedy with the drive impact, and they weren't expecting a jump and a second jump right after from Jewelman. When in doubt, House of Pain, jump, jump, jump.
Jump, jump, jump. Exactly. And especially in that corner when there's no real way to fight out of it, it's a good call to just neutral jump in that situation. And we were talking about Honda not having those tools, and Honda just using the basic tools the game gives them. Neutral jump to avoid the grab, neutral jump to avoid the drive impact in the corner, get the overhead, close it out, get the level 3. And now Jewelman is riding momentum 2-0 in this loser's quarters.
And Jewelman can start hot. It looks like it. They're going to put their foot on the gas just because they have so much momentum. You know their opponent's mental slightly shaken, so you could get a hot start. But nope, Issei makes sure that hot start runs colder.
Oh, but unfortunately, Issei just revving up the engine, just pushing forward. He's going to keep Jewelman in the corner, gets the projectile off that, gets the pinwheel kicks, and with that, even though Jewelman side switches, Issei just keeps a few jabs in there and takes the round.
Yeah, that was a very hot start, and Jewelman's still going to stay on the aggressive approach. They just realized, I just need to win fast.
Yeah, just take Issei's speed and just reverse polarity entirely. Oh, nice pinwheel kick to force the situation. Drive impact, drive counter.
The drive reversal allows Jewelman to get that sumo spirit. Remember, that will buff Honda's hands, extending its combos and making the 100 hands a lot more safe. But oh, beautiful cross up from Issei. We get the knockdown. We're going to get the overhead reset. That's going to prevent scaling on the combo.
Throw in the corner. Issei rushes in, going to get the jabs, going to throw again. Yes, they do. And with that, Issei very quickly gets a game on the board, and we go right into the next game. No pausing, no stopping.
That round finish, a double jab to throw, is my spirit animal. Because sometimes that happens when I jab, like, oh crap, I forgot my ender. Throw.
Yeah, that happens to me too. It's just sometimes you get in the middle of those scraps and you're like, grab. But we see here, good drive parry, perfect timing to catch the headbutt.
Oh, backdash. Oh, jewelman not fast enough to get the shimmy punish. Again, there were two big opportunities for jewelman to get the opening, but it's okay. We got the knockdown. We cancel the stop for another sumo splash. And that was a fully realized combo, and that's going to be a block level 1.
Good feint there. They stepped in and immediately stepped back on wake up, and Issa just bought it hook, line, and sinker. And now that puts Jewelman on set point.
Jewelman able to finish that round without any, barely touching that meter, putting him very, in a great position, especially how Issei had to use level 1.
Jewelman just chop in the air. He's standing up next to the mountain and chop it down with the edge of his hand, but Issei was not biting into that at all.
And Jewelman, it really looks like they are throwing random buttons as it could be, but they're really trying to elicit some sort of response from Issei. Issei has been known to drive rush from this distance. We're back to the Clint Eastwood scenario. Quick in the dead.
Oh,
Jewelman's quick, Issei's dead.
Drive impact into the wall. Gonna push them into the corner, headbutt into the level 3. And we're going to see some heavy damage here. Issei's still going to have a little bit of drive gauge here. What do you think's the play here?
Well, I really feel like Jewelman's going to probably sit back, look pretty, and goes for the Jewelman special full screen sumo walk.
And unfortunately, Issei with seemingly the desperation play with the level 1. Jewelman waits it out and closes it 3-1 to advance. No issues about burning themselves out, and Jewelman being the start to play around with someone else's meter. But right now, we're going right up to our winners finals, which is LeviHakai with Ruffian. LeviHakai going in with the Elena.
These two players are absolute polar opposites. Ruffian extremely aggro, uses these gambits, and LeviHakai has been pretty much giving their opponents enough rope to I don't know if I can say that on Twitch, but giving themselves enough room to lose the game too.
Basically, yeah. It winds up in a situation where, you know, you kind of just, you know, give them enough of a push one way that it's like, you know what, now I can just take it and reverse your momentum in that situation. So
yeah, that's a TOS friendly way to use it. Yeah, I'll give you enough clip to make sure you fall off.
Exactly, basically, yeah. I would see LeviHakai takes the first round, but Ruffian immediately going up with the head fight, getting the grab, but Hakai is not taking that lightly.
Hakai is going to take that corner, and Ruffian understands it, knowing that Hakai wanted to hit the button and they bust out. But oh, great DP from Hakai, and an even better perfect parry from Ruffian.
Hakai was approaching with Link's song, but Ruffian was just not willing to listen, and instead just angrily biting, and now gonna rush in and take the Blanka ball, and Ruffian takes the round. We're all tied up.
Both of our players are sitting on a full meter right now. Ruffian still has 3 Blanka chance, so both of our players, both guns locked, loaded, and ready, and Ruffian looking to fire.
I love this approach by Ruffian, doing the raw level 2 to increase their mobility and their ability to move in. And now Blanka-chan's going to be activated, going to keep the pressure, is going to do the grab, and it's going to force Hakai to think about this in the corner a little bit.
Oh, beautiful backdash, making themselves throw immune, and Ruffian once again busts out, but LeviHakai sees that coming, going to send it. Should we see a level 3? We are rather low on the drive gauge. No, we want one more. They're going to be using that level 3 to finish off the combo, and this should be it.
Yeah, there it is. Didn't like the Link song? Then fine, enjoy the Song of the Grasslands, as LeviHakai is going to close it out with the level 3, sending them straight into the middle of the net with a goal and closing out the game.
Yeah, the beats in Elena's head were the beats up on Blanka's head for that good finish.
Oh, the Street Fighter 3, man.
Oh, right. Big whip punish.
Oh.
Yo, hit him so hard it froze the internet.
Hit him so hard you heard the record scratch and going, yep, that's me.
That's me. How did I get in this situation? You're wondering.
Oh.
rufianMX. Oh, rough spot.
Yeah. Yes. Looks like they're willing to. Okay, looks like they're willing to play it out. Ruffian rushing in with the throw. It seems like we're resuming this as Levi answers immediately with the spinning wheel.
Still, the Ruffian had a lot of life lost because of that. Oh my god, punish counter jumping. That's the best kind of button you can land.
Neutral jump. Oh, but there you go. Levi again with the wheels, just trying to force us out with the DP. Drive rush in the kicks, and there we go. Just burns himself out, but this should result in, oh, just a sliver.
Yeah, but Ruffian not quite burnt out, and LeviHakai has to hold this pressure. Ruffian, can they get enough damage in? They got the level 2, and they did. Ooh, at a sliver of life left.
Yeah,
Drive gauge management.
I was just about to say, completely just drive gauge management in that situation, just entirely centered around that. And then again, you pointed out earlier Ruffian's habit of going level 2 raw, and I mentioned in conjunction with that, enhancing his ability to approach. That worked in perfect conjunction for Ruffian to be able to snipe that win. Leaves him with less resources for this final round though.
LeviHakai though, they still have to win one, so even if Ruffian has less resources, they're probably going to hit level 3, and LeviHakai wisely using the level 2, keeping that level 1 on deck, giving a little bit extra ammo to either finish this round or carry over to the next one should they take this one.
Also, smart move with them using level 2 to heal as well, give them a little bit extra health and a little bit more wiggle room as they make full advantage of it here and closing it out. And now it's tied 1-1 as we go to final round.
Yeah, look at the damage from Elena. That was some wiggle room, and they used that wiggle to get hit by the chugga big red car. Okay, I forced that one.
It worked. It worked. I appreciate it.
Word punish from LeviHakai. Yeah, Elena's normals are so long. You gotta be careful when you press, where you press, how you press, because you're gonna get pressed on.
Just like you saw right there too. He pressed for the Blanka-chan and just ate the punish, and now that's gonna result in eating the level 3. And with that, LeviHakai goes up 2-0 in this set.
One game away from being winner's side of grand finals. LeviHakai looking really good. They're so comfortable in this matchup. Anytime Ruffian is doing these longer startup moves like Blanka-chan, like standing heavy, LeviHakai is there to whip punish and make sure they get their damage and exploit every opening they get.
And it all goes back to the point you made about Elena's reach. Elena has just ridiculous reach for their normals that you think you're safe, but you're not, because you have to factor in that Elena's kicks just go very far. And as you see there, good awareness for LeviHakai to jump over and side switch Ruffian.
Over and above Blanka-chan, and now Ruffian going to have to be a more aggressive style, spending so much drive gauge. And LeviHakai holding that pressure, finding the punish counter, and Ruffian busts out. The reversal, we got to talk about Ruffian's reversal timing. It's so on point.
Oh, absolutely. It's going it's really strong, the reversal time, but LeviHakai has been able to weather that storm again and again. We see LeviHakai's approach, good wheel to catch the Blanka ball, but throws leaving Ruffian with a sliver. We've been here before.
And LeviHakai busts out, gambles on the OD off of the air block Blanka ball, and it pays off and puts them in 1 round away.
All right. Good wheel DP there by LeviHakai. Ruffian burns himself out super early, was going to pop the level 2. A little bit of a trade there, lose the drive gauge, get the level 2.
Gets the Amazon River run though, wants to enforce it, that's an overhead. LeviHakai, it's still their turn. Ruffian just has to eat this pressure, and this is really bad. We have level 2, we have the corner, we don't even need drive impact.
We get it anyway.
We get it anyway.
Didn't need it, get it anyway, and then lands the level 2 to close out the round. And LeviHakai takes it, and with that advances to the grand finals.
That Aaron Yeager heel turn.
Look, AOT is gone wild by a certain point. I don't think anyone could have foreseen any of that. But one thing we could have foreseen is the power that Rookie has brought in with the Ryu and the Luke, making their way into this top 8 up against Jewelman with the Honda.
Yeah, Rookie using the crouching medium kick. That's actually not a button they've been using a lot. Luke's crouching medium kick, slower than medium punch, doesn't give him as much frame advantage. So I can see why they're not favoring it, but they preferring the distance.
Yeah, they're preferring the distance, but they're not really going for speed. And in this situation, they wind up on their own as they're keeping the pressure. Time of need. Yes. As Jewelman knocks him with a show of force into the wall, and then the Oicho throw to close out the round.
Because he's going for distance, he's going for speed, love that
Nice
song. I
And
love
I
that
love
song
it
just
as well.
just because of that pause. Yo, Jewelman really loving that sumo splash.
I was thinking that as well. He's really using that to try to get his way out of these bad situations. But Rookie is trying to keep the pressure. Sumo smash again. But finally eats the uppercut afterwards, and now he's going to get a throw back into the corner.
The tech and Jewelman wanted to approach, but Rookie got that checked in. We were talking about before, Jewelman's the type of player that exploits the mental frames that we like to use in the Tekken space. But what do you do when someone's not patient and they just go gorilla?
At that point, you know, the only way to honestly answer that is if someone goes gorilla, you have to go gorilla right back. As we see Rookie just pounding away, sending him to Memphis and taking half his health in the process.
And Jewelman's still not afraid to send these sumo splashes. Jewelman, though, I like how they are going for the tech and scoring every time.
Oh, nice. Getting the headlock into the DDT. Jewelman's at a sliver. Goes for the hit throw, and again, Rookie with a double perfect.
Yeah, you can see right there that Rookie was just a smidge out of range. He shuffled back just enough to get out of dodge and uses the crouching medium punch, the furthest faster button. And now Jewelman's stuck in the corner. This is where we could play a little bit more aggressive just because Honda needs drive reversal or level 1.
Drive reversal level 1, or as Jewelman has made use of sumo splash, but right now not really needing it, just pushing his way out of it, just poking, sumo splash after the combo, and goes for the headbutt, and now Rookie is burnt out.
It doesn't really matter if you're burnt out because you got your opponent knocked out. Rookie with that early win. We still got meter, level 2 to level 1. Jewelman went for the hot stop for the sumo walk, but Rookie, you can see what's happening. Jewelman is not prepared to just go through Rookie's layer 1 offense.
No, it's just an onslaught again and again, and then now landing the level 3, and this should close out this round and this game.
And when you're Rookie, you really want these fast wins. That's just because your tank is running on empty. The faster the games, the less you need to consume for energy, especially when you're going through the loser's run where you go game after game. You gotta be the Iron Man.
Yeah, Rookie is just basically just trying to do their best to, like, just run through everything quickly and trying to make it through. You know, it's like Fast and the Furious, the early movies when they're actually about cars, and just popping off the nitrous immediately right out the gate, just to make sure that you don't have to worry about having to use it later.
As they say in WWE, they don't get paid by the hour. Oh,
yeah,
big,
there you go.
Big jump in from Jewelman. And you can really see how hard Jewelman has to fight. We don't see them use DRC burnout combos, but they recognize how much life that they could delete and got that round.
Oh, and you see good patience there by Rookie, just waiting for Jewelman to come in with the sumo splash, and we're in a very familiar situation.
Up in the left corner too, and Jewelman busts out. They're going to be a little bit patient and knocks down Rookie, chasing him down with the sumo head, but finds the crouching hit for the heavy punch, and we will go ahead and send Rookie right to the corner.
Oh, he pressed, and he's going to eat the level 2 for it, and that's going to do some heavy damage and take away Jewelman's drive gauge.
Jewelman, though, we know how to optimize these combos even without drive gauge. We don't need drive gauge here. We don't need no stick and drive gauge, as Jewelman gets their first game thanks to the level 3.
Oh, Jewelman's got to be feeling good but thankful about that situation, where in that particular moment, drive gauge could have been handy, but Jewelman was able to, as you said, optimize it and get the win, kind of sneak that one through. Rookie had a good strategy there, but Jewelman just blew that up entirely.
Rookie really went for the big one right there with OBDP. Now we're just doing the more safe options for Luke. And Jewelman favoring that stand heavy punch. It's been it's one of Honda's best whip punch buttons.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. Gets him in the air with the sumo splash, but then we see Rookie trying to do the drive rush, and there's the drive impact exchange, and Rookie comes out the better for it.
And we're going to go for the throw. I like this. Just go for quick, easy, guaranteed damage. You just want to beat your opponent, and more importantly, Rookie's at set point. Jewelman, I don't know if I believe in miracles, but they're going to need one tonight.
Well, it's not over yet with Jewelman. We've seen Jewelman do some crazy stuff in this tournament, but Rookie's just been looking just like an absolute juggernaut in these situations.
Jewelman just has to find a way to out-aggro him, and even with the whip throw, Jewelman not being able to properly punish, goes wanting to challenge, uses the stop sign to catch this far heavy, and if I'm Jewelman, I should be using a level 3. Exactly. Gives us the corner, gives us the damage, gives us the burnout. Can they give us the game?
Well, this puts him in a very good situation. That combo did about 60-65% damage here. Now, Rookie has to fight from a burnout situation, and historically that has not played to his favor. Desperation level 1, and that should close out the round in Jewelman's favor.
Jewelman should be able to finish level, should see at least a level, at most a level 2 in this round though, especially with how explosive Rookie's been playing.
Right, but Rookie already has his resources. Rookie's already at level 3. Like, is that even going to matter? He's burnt out.
Yeah, those two thrown parry attempts really put Jewelman in a bad situation. We got no gauge, no super bar, and an angry Rookie looking to take him out of the tournament. And with the standing jab, that will be the end of Jewelman's run, putting Rookie into losers finals.
Yeah, just straight up, just smothering offense there. Just did the double rush-in throw, depleted his drive gauge, forced him into the corner, forced him with no drive gauge with a burnout, and then just kept it going with a poke into a drive impact. Ate it the first time, did not the second time, but because he didn't eat it, that backed him into the corner and gave him the stun and allowed Rookie to close out that game.
So we're going to see Rookie versus rufianMX. rufianMX falling to the lower bracket because of LeviHakai. Rookie and Ruffian, both two highly aggressive players. I've seen this matchup multiple times. Ruffian is the one with Rookie's number most of the time.
Interesting. I feel like the Blanka ball and the Blanka Chan are things that would neutralize Rookie in that sort of situation. It would prevent Rookie from being too hyper aggressive. As we see there, the Blanka Chan is set up, and now he has to think twice, and he gets caught with the trap.
You see right there, Rookie wanted a challenge, which is the right situation to do, right button to hit, but because of Blanka Chan, the right move leads to wrong consequences. I don't know how to feel about that DDT though.
Probably something to just get something quick out of there and then kind of like open up, but I don't think Rookie really wants Ruffian in this situation, because this puts Rookie more on the back foot.
Rookie looking in that whiff punish range for the crouch medium punch. Decides to turn up the heat with the drive rush cancel, gets the knockdown, waiting for some sort of button. Rookie hasn't really seen Ruffian do anything big, but challenges the dash.
Nails the level 1 on the combo. Oh wow, the burnout, but doesn't matter at that point. The drive impact closes out on Ruffian, and Rookie takes that round.
How unfortunate for Ruffian. Normally they would be busting out with the reversal block of ball, but the drive impact managed to get both and catches Ruffian on the parry, doing considerable damage, and this is going to be even more damage off of the drive reversal.
Paul's going to get them up against the wall, and with them burnt out, that's going to be a stun, and this should close it out.
Yeah, especially with the level 2. I forget you can do level 2 off of this. Good night! Punches their ticket to the first game. rufianMX, surprising loss by Rookie in the first one.
Yeah, we saw the early goings of, how Ruffian has a game plan of sorts against Rookie's offense, but Rookie was able to just move their way in and completely invalidate it.
Yeah, Rookie, oh man, gets caught by the jumping heavy kick. rufianMX gonna do some big damage. They don't have a lot of meter yet, so if we do a drive rush cancel, we will burn ourselves out.
Oh, nice drive rush there. Good pokes by Ruffian. And there's the Blanka ball. It's gonna force Rookie into the corner and jumps over the throw to take that round. Blanka ball.
Yeah, we're using Sandblast, trying to keep our opponent honest, being very careful about jumping in. Ruffian has been known to do that. Oh my god! A little bit of a walking interaction.
That is the second time we've seen kind of that interaction from Ruffian's Blanka, yeah.
Backs up, doesn't get the anti-air, and Ruffian right now stuck in the corner. We still have level 2 on deck. Ruffian, though, gets popped by the reversal.
We Rookie trying to impose their will in return, trying to force him back, but right now, Ruffian keeping the charge handy, gonna go electric and then walk up and just give him the head bite, and with that is gonna pop level 2 and just close it out, and now we are tied 1 apiece.
You know, Ruffian just finds ways to get out of the corner. If you notice, they've been favoring the jump back option, which Rookie has not been able to properly snuff. And it's these situations, jumping right through the OD, even though Rookie doesn't get hit, they lose so much drive gauge compared to Ruffian. They come out on the losing end.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. Like I said, we've seen this is now the 3rd time we've seen it, but now we see Rookie just absolutely just running through that, not even daunted by the fact that that situation happened, leaving Ruffian with a sliver of health, but yeah, he's trying to fight back. He's trying to force his way back into this.
Oh, Amazon River Run, great scout out, but still you can't fight him off for so long. The DP lands it, and Rookie, slight lead advantage, but Ruffian could easily take it back.
It was a scary situation there because Rookie had no drive gauge, and we've seen before how that seems to completely undercut his entire offensive strategy.
Using the shoulder tackle to chase, and you can see that's kind of Rookie's favorite offense, to use the stand heavy kick to chase him down, as that still makes him plus, but still, Rookie fallen victim for the level 2 Amazon River Run. Oh, great mix-up.
Gonna keep the pressure going, the Blanka ball, go for it again. Rookie's now burnt out with low health. Rookie is just gonna answer back. He's probably gonna have to be looking for the level 3 at some point here.
Oh, went for the overhead. It was challenged, and unfortunate. You can see right there, Rookie went for 3 jabs when it should have been 2. The spacing wasn't there. They spent a lot of meter just to lose that round.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's gonna put them at a heavy disadvantage here. No meter, half a drive gauge. This is going to be a very rough spot for Rookie, while Ruffian thrives in these situations.
It's hard enough to beat rufianMX, but now you got to beat rufianMX with a handicap. And hey, yo, Nen Gear, ooh, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to ParagOnline. We're at Losers Finals. Strap in and let's have some fun.
Yeah, welcome all joining the stream right now. We're here on Losers Finals. Ruffian and Rookie right now 1 apiece, 1 round apiece as well. And as we're seeing some spacing here, and we see Ruffian come in with the headbutt on the throw to Rookie. Side switching, and this should close out the game.
For sure. And that's just because Ruffian was noticing that Rookie is so good at checking their drive rush, so why not just use the hop to side switch and really mess it up? Drive rush itself is a mix-up, but now it's a mix-up on a mix-up within a mix-up.
Got so many mix-ups, may as well just be a blender at that point.
Or at least talk about how much they love big butts and they cannot lie.
Well, Mother Rose can't deny, as we see Ruffian trying to get some anti-air going. Hopefully Rookie goes into it, but Rookie just standing there watching him dance around, wondering what he's doing.
Yeah, you know, trying to get up in their face, and he'll get stunned by that crouching medium punch.
Oh, nice EX on Wake Up. Tries to throw, misses. The Blanka ball gets blocked, and now Ruffian is on burnout.
Now this is the time we can see, pay attention, chat. Well, okay, maybe not here when the drive impact really works, but Rookie has not been able to find an answer to the jump backs from rufianMX. But if you hit your opponent, you're good. Jump back, jump back, jump back. See, jump out. I called it. I called it.
Yep. Opening your third eye and gazing into the future in that one. He just kept jumping back, and then he just caught him with the Blanka ball. But headlock into the DDT. What does it mean? The end.
And that's one of the things. Remember, Rookie lost the round because they couldn't confirm the first jab, but this time they finally were able to hit confirm it. Overhead was blocked. It's still their turn thanks to drive rush, and Ruffian got to be very careful how they send that. Oh, beautiful option select.
Nicely done. Rookie now is just sort of keeping themselves in their face. Ruffian's gonna ball over and is gonna get the head bite. Nice way to reverse sides. He's gonna force Rookie into the corner. Activate level 2. Oh, but Rookie was not willing to stand there and let things happen. He immediately challenged and came out much better for it, and this is going to close it out, and Rookie with this should go 2-2.
What a beautiful roll.
Oh, no!
Oh, no, not quite, not quite.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Okay,
There we go. All right.
All right, we're back to your regularly scheduled program. Rookie and Ruffian, 2-2 apiece, losers finals. Whoever takes this game will be facing LeviHakai at grand finals. This is going to be the game that settles it all.
And right now, Rookie just keeping the pressure on again. Second verse, same as the first in a lot of these situations, allowing the pressure to just overwhelm Ruffian and then reversing polarity, but gets caught up with the two-way cross-up there.
Yeah, but, we are crossing the screens, especially Ruffian catching him with the crouching medium punch. The jump back from Rookie was blocked by, Rookie, but still, Rookie. Ruffian, yeah.
Backdash avoiding the sandblast, kind of keeping themselves away.
Well, oh my!
There it is.
The light kick was the faster button, but it still didn't have the range. And Rookie with punishes puts themselves on set point. Will they make it into losers grand finals?
Been a highly competitive set. We've seen a lot of adjustments from both players here. Adjustments while still keeping true to their actual player identity in a lot of ways. We've seen Rookie just blast off the level 2, bang, right into the wall.
This is the jump back, but again, now Rookie's getting smart. They're drive rushing, seeing what the option is and getting the DP, and now it's Ruffian caught in, and they get caught with the drive impact.
Oh my goodness, a last second drive impact, both burned out, but that's not gonna matter. Goes for the DP and then the light poke to close it out. And with that, Rookie 3-2 going from losers finals up into grand.
Quick shout out. Thank you, Ruffian, for playing such an immaculate game. I love watching the Blanka. All right, Wing, take it away, man, friend.
It's beautiful to see Ruffian's Blanka, but now we have our grand finals match here. LeviHakai bringing in Kimberly this time to start it off, not the Elena, against Rookie with the loop. Let's go.
Well, remember, LeviHakai, when they switched to Kimberly, that allowed them to get this far in the bracket, and now Rookie's going to go ahead and run all over him, run pretty wild with the level 1. This is a classic loop setup. But my guess is LeviHakai is going to start on the Kim, try to get as much data as possible, and switch back to Elena.
And there's also something to be said that because this is grand finals, remember, Rookie is coming up from losers finals. So if Rookie wins, it's a bracket reset and they have to play again. So this gives LeviHakai at least 3 games of cushion, if need be.
Cushion for the pushing. Oh my god, another OD. Rookie's descended out. And now Rookie's burnt out, but still, even after the block stand heavy kick, they will represent the jab for the challenge.
They barely got the block out on time on that drive impact. This time, just gonna blast through it with the level 1. Rookie's getting better about covering their drive gauge deficit here.
LeviHakai, their easy round slowly slipping away, and Rookie can really send this in. This should be the end, quote Wing.
Just dropping Kimberly down with the DDT, and with that, Rookie goes up 1 game.
You got 21. I got 22. Oh man. You ever know what it's like to, you want to see the vocal equivalent watching an old man fall down a flight of stairs? It's that promo.
But speaking of falling down a flight of stairs, LeviHakai with the Azuna drop going from up straight down. Kind of the physical representation of what you just said.
Oh yeah. By the way, just a little meta commentary observation. Chat, the phrase, speaking of blank blank blank, is the 2A of commentary combos. It's fast, it can go into anything, it does scale, but you can even interrupt stuff. Speaking of, heck, I can even transition with it.
It goes right into exactly what you were saying here. The interruption goes through, and now Rookie taking LeviHakai into the corner, but Rookie's burnt out. LeviHakai, unfortunately, not doing too well in this situation. He's going to get thrown in the corner, and Rookie takes it, and that puts Rookie up another round.
Wise decision going for the throw. LeviHakai with a block drive reversal. It's no longer their turn, -2. Rookie just feels free to do anything, goes for the throw. And now, big combo. Oh, beautiful run under from LeviHakai. We got the corner, one more throw. We were going to see a 3. We tried it.
Tried it. And they just go back into it. They're like, okay, cool. Never mind, that was a fluke, right?
Yeah, delayed gratification. Give me, don't give me a marshmallow now so I can get 10 in the future.
just kept going for the throw again, and then forcing their combo, and then gets the level 1. And in that situation, it was basically just LeviHakai wanting the throw. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. And Hakai desired that round win and got it.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Metallica.
Oh.
Metallica is fuel.
Okay.
As he landed the level 2, bouncing them up, and boom.
I'm wondering, when are we going to see Rookie represent the DP? Oh, holds the parry a little too long for their liking, goes for the level 1, and this will hit, just because Kimberly, outside of spray cans, has no projectiles with supers.
And no way around that one, and unfortunately, Rookie is just going to keep the pressure going, trying to reverse the polarity a little bit. Unfortunately, Rookie's burnt out. Let's see if Hakai can make anything happen, and there's the level 3!
Right off of the Vagabond edge, easy to level 3. LeviHakai is going to get their first game, tying it up 1-1. But because LeviHakai is on the winner's side, they're winning this exchange.
Kimberly.
Yeah, because Rookie has to force the bracket reset for those who aren't familiar with that setup. So Rookie has to win this set to play again to get to the championship. LeviHakai just has to win one set and it's over. So LeviHakai has the set advantage, technically speaking, in this point.
You notice, pay attention, chat, when Rookie is in these situations where they're just outside of the buttons, they will micro walk backwards. Classic fundamental footsies 101. When you're fighting Kimberly, you're looking out for heavy punch, crouch medium kick, stand medium kick. Or in this case, drive rush, crouch medium punch.
Rookie just tears up the whole playbook as like, but I do drive rush.
Crouching medium punch.
Crouch medium, yeah.
Top kick, no, we're gonna stay. Oh my, wanted to use the Vagabond edge. I could understand the mentality just because Vagabond edge moves us forward and is safe on block, but the recovery, man, the recovery.
Yeah, Rookie took full advantage of that, just gets the poke in to close the round, and now Rookie just keeping the momentum going. Now, Rookie looks like they're gonna do the grabs. Yep, anything you can do, I can do better.
Unless I drive impact on you.
And with that,
so that was a wise decision. We've seen LeviHakai do that before, using the target combo to get more damage and side switch.
Yes, it's a really good play. It's also very good for positioning as well, being able to do that. It's really smart. And as we see here, Hakai's going to bounce them off the ground, and they're going to have the corner to their side.
Oh, no level 3 from LeviHakai. You would think that they would use the level 3 in this situation just to get the buff, and unfortunately, that little patience, they got a little too greedy with that meter, and now Rookie is going to have a 2-1 advantage against LeviHakai. The question is, will we stay with the Kimberly?
I can see them sticking with the Kimberly in this set, and if they lose, I can see the Elena coming out.
Off of the reset?
I can see that. Oh, wait.
No.
I'm sorry?
What? Yo, Wing, it's your girl. It's your girl.
We got a Manon in the grand finals?
On the winner's side.
We got a Manon?
Okay. Hey, Wing, you're the Manon expert. Why don't you tell chat what LeviHakai is looking out for as Manon?
They are looking out for basically everything because Manon struggles in a lot of these situations. So I find it very interesting that they switch with Manon in this predicament. One of the things that Manon is going to have to do is find ways to get in to enforce their will with the command grab. As we see the uppercut kick, try to get something going, but this is an interesting situation because Manon doesn't really have a way to answer distance like this. So this is going to be an interesting one.
Well, she can pirouette right past the sandblast, and one of the things, if you remember, LeviHakai was struggling to get these shimmy punishes, and Manon has extremely long legs, just like Elena.
Right. The pirouette is a good call. It's just so hard to time that, especially to time that consistently with how fast Sandblaster comes out.
Fast like that.
Like that. Exactly like that. Fast as lightning there, but nice. Knocks him into the air and is going to get the throw. It's going to build up the metals. That's the important thing to remember with Manon as well, is the metals coming into play.
Oh yeah, but that was very risky. Normally we go for the pirouette. No, I'm thinking of Lily. But the jumping special kick. You're this expert on the move list.
Dégagé, I think it is.
Yeah, Dégagé. Dégagé would have finished, but instead we invested into the future with that command grab. And now at 4 medals, whoa, we're just going to get a level 3 right now, but it's still at 4 medals. We're going to do a lot of damage with our command grab.
Yeah, it's going to do some heavy damage if one can land, and that's the tricky part, if one can land.
It is going to be very scary to try to go for command grab. There's a lot of recovery frames, especially when we neutral jump like what we did right there. We're now at the final round. LeviHakai, even though they got 4 medals, they haven't been able to land a successful command grab.
Unfortunately not. 4 medals makes it a big threat, so Rookie's probably looking out for it especially. At 5 medals, 1 command grab is a third of your health. No question asked, it's a third.
Yeah, 2k damage.
3k.
Oh, 3k?
It's a command grab at 5 medals is about 3.4k. Yeah.
Thank you for the correction, Wing.
Oh, it's nuts, the damage.
Still though, consistent damage, blocked overhead. We're still plus. LeviHakai just hasn't been able to go in. Oh, I like right move, wrong distance, and Rookie closes the distance on this bracket with a tournament reset, and we're going to just hit the rematch right away.
Just going straight into a tournament reset, and we're going right into game 5 right now, which is now game 1 of this new bracket with LeviHakai sticking with the Manon.
Yeah, LeviHakai has not been able to get out of the gate. Rookie has been fighting red hot this entire bracket, and now has gotten a perfect on the former final winner, LeviHakai.
Right here, nice. Back HP into the first circle forward, it's going to build up a medal. And then into the uppercut kick, and now is going to force them into the corner. It's going to try to get 1 more medal. Yes, they do. And perfect to perfect. Momentum just swinging, the pendulum going back and forth.
Un, deux, trois.
And now we'll see if Rookie can make it the trois right here with a 3rd perfect. But right now with the drive rushes, holding back and letting her have it.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look how many grabs Rookie is sending on LeviHakai, and this definitely is going to be the game.
There it is, like you said, un, deux, trois. And with that, the 3rd perfect going to Rookie. 3 straight perfects in this set.
Well, I have a French saying too after 3 perfects. Sacre bleu!
It goes to show just how very volatile this game can be in a given situation, especially with a character matchup like Luke and Manon.
Also, the throw loops, you're risking so much committing to any options. It's really favoring the thrower and not the throwee. LeviHakai, though, we're just gonna still stick on the Manon. I respect the gumption of this.
I respect it as well. I'm just kind of surprised, but I respect it. You know, stick with it. It seems like LeviHakai is figuring things out a bit here and there.
And you can see Rookie wanted to take any reversal mix-up options off the table. They burnt themselves out. This is where Manon could really see. We've seen Idom with this character do heavy damage where the burnout, just medium punch is so good to burn out pressure.
Unfortunately tried the drive impact there, but the armor got shattered, and Rookie's just going to push through drive gauge, coming back at the nick of time, allows Rookie to take the round.
Chad, if you just want to know, if you haven't been in the command list, that combo that Rookie did was literally jab, 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 jab. And it's a target combo. You don't have to time it.
Just press the button, just jab, jab, move, sometimes take down. As we see the first command throw in this set landing, and now getting the quarter circle forward throw, and now building up the medals overhead into the level 3.
Wise decision. We're going to get some good damage. More importantly, Rookie's going to be burnt out. However, they still have level 3. Rookie has been known to do a level 3 reversal, especially off a drive rush, but the drive impact dunks him down.
And this is what LeviHakai wants, 5 medals in this situation. And at this point, the command throw is very much an open threat. 1 command throw is a 1/3 of your health in that immediate situation. You get the power up for your quarter circle forward throw, and if you get a level 3, you also have a power boost as well now. But right now, Rookie level 3 just goes underneath LeviHakai.
They are lucky that Luke has a level 3 that advances, and LeviHakai was too far to get anything. Here we go, RKO right out of nowhere.
And left with a sliver of health, just smashing him straight into the ground, and that's the fear. And now Rookie is backing up Rookie sees the danger there, now is going in for the drive rush. They see the opening, try to condition it.
Oh man, miss whip punish opportunity. You can see that LeviHakai wanted to use the crouching media kit to stop the medium punch. And Manon, she doesn't really have a lot of ways to get in, gambles it all, and Rookie goes for the all-reliable drive impact to stop it, but he didn't have the life for it. We're now sitting at 1-1, and hyper-aggressive start from LeviHakai. First medal, 5 seconds in.
Oh, Rookie answers back with their own aggressive start, hitting the loop bread and butter, or, you know, just the piece of white bread at this point. The hot pocket in the microwave, as you said earlier, yeah. Backdash avoids the throw.
Oh, you know, LeviHakai wants that medal. 4 medals into the first round. That is investment. We're blocking that.
Good parry there. Leaves them in their face. I am surprised they didn't go for the 5th medal, but you know what? Take the damage, take the win, just go for it.
It's your Manon. You can get your medal soon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sending Manon into the corner. LeviHakai knows that this character doesn't have really good reversal opportunities. We do have super and drive reversal, but more importantly, we have 4 medals.
Nice grab there by Rookie. Gonna enforce it again, but uses the level 1. One of Manon's only good get-out tools is blowing meter on the level 1, and LeviHakai having to use it. Their good drive parry to avoid the KO on the drive impact.
Yeah, excellent tech. We are at 5 medals. Oh, 4 medals. We challenge with the crouching jab. Finds it. We're at final round. LeviHakai so close to level 3. Same with Rookie. Rookie has been known to use level 3 as a reversal. LeviHakai uses their meter more to confirm combos, and Rookie confirms their combos right here. We're going to get on the bus. We're going to Memphis. We're eating the hot chicken sandwiches, and my mouth is burning.
Oh, but wake up level 3 is the answer for the punish counter. With 4 medals, this will do a good hefty chunk of damage.
But we don't have the corner. We're going to have to use the drive rush to get a little bit more space.
Try to push, try to close this, but Rookie's not letting that happen. Good pirouette to avoid the sandblast.
And Rookie finds the crouching medium kick. We should not be able to get a kill off of this, but we're in. Oh my god, gutsy tech. LeviHakai, what you gonna do?
Oh, nice. The drive rush, the pokes into the last little dégagé to close out, and LeviHakai up 2-1.
This could be their piece de resistance. If they get one more round, they will be in coup de grace range of winning this entire tournament.
Oh, we're so close here. If LeviHakai can keep this momentum going, but Rookie is just completely just planting their fists right down to stomp it out.
Finally, we see the ODDP and Rookie counter hit off the crouching medium punch, and Rookie can be 1 round away from tying up LeviHakai. Not only did they lose the round, but they didn't get a single medal. That's even worse than losing.
It's one of those things with Manon where you can tell the momentum and the feel of a game by how many medals they can gain in a round. And if they leave a round with gaining no medals or 1 medal, you can tell it did not go at all how they want, and it tells the story for the rest of the match.
Yeah, right now, Rookie looking to be more Cody Rhodes to finish the story. Neutral jump, heavy punch, sends the combo. We should see the level 2 right now just to maximize our damage and maximize our drive gauge gain.
On the level 2 in the corner, LeviHakai has no room and just gonna get thrown again, and Rookie shots like that. We're up 2-2 on our grand finals.
Pizza
One
rolls.
final game.
Yeah, pizza rolls in his soul. That's Luke Icon level 2. Gonna go beast mode on you, baby. With drivers here, medium punch, and he's got when. Oh man, I ran out of lyrics. But
You ran out of lyrics for the whoa!
Yeah, I needed to get the whoa.
Yeah. Oh man, but as we go here into our final match, have Rookie
Wrestling.
trying to keep the pressure on LeviHakai.
Street Fighter 6 has more than one Shoto.
It's legit. Luke is the new Shoto. We see LeviHakai with the Manon getting 2 medals here, but Rookie just answering back with the drive rush, trying to keep the distance, now trying to play the distance game with LeviHakai.
Yeah, we've got to show some intensity, integrity, and intelligence as we get these medals. And oh my god, yeah, LeviHakai showing us that this character does not suck.
Intensity, integrity, intelligence, the three eyes at play there, but LeviHakai is the one with the gold medals, but Rookie right now at tournament point looking to win one of their own.
That was the three eyes, but Rookie making me say a fourth eye. Ay, Dios mío.
Good backdash by LeviHakai, good drive parry as well.
You can see that Rookie has been sending these crouching medium punch right outside. Oh, micro walk back for the DP, and LeviHakai gets a knockdown out there. Oh, blocks the OD. Rookie burnt out, but really, Manon can't really do anything at this range. But now we're at the effective range. Oh, that's it. That punch is the devil.
Mid punch. Keep doing it. They're burnt out. She needs it. Keep doing it. She needs it.
This is one at a time. Yes, she absolutely
needs it. Yeah. As we are on tournament point for both players.
Okay, yeah, she's got one broken thing, which is a single punch that doesn't do chip damage, and you gotta be on burnout. If you're burnt out by Manon, that's on you.
That is, at that point, that is a player judgment issue on your end, perhaps?
Yeah, but yo, this is it. This is tournament point. This is final round, and LeviHakai has sent the level 3. This is going to be big damage. We got the burnout, but we don't have the corner.
And good to note, did that level 3 with 5 medals. That's 50% of your health gone, but Rookie's got a level 3 waiting in the wings right here.
Take it!
Oh, here we go. The fist coming down, lift up, and taking the trip to Memphis for the tournament victory. Rookie takes it 3-2 to close out what was an intense competitive grand finals. After the bracket reset.